What else are we supposed to do with ourselves?
Are you streaming?
Yeah, told you. Start on dead air.
Oh my god, can we not do that? Honestly.
Actually,
right,
I didn't start till whenever you said whenever you're ready is when I started.
Okay. All right. Welcome back to another episode of NASA 5E. I am your DM, Corey, and we are doing another session of the Arcanoclism. Last time, the party enjoyed a little bit more rest and relaxation in Neverwinter. Teachings across the board were made, deities investigated, graves visited, cruises, well, they were boozed. After arriving in Luskan, Stock purchased a second draft horse and wagon with little to no discussion whatsoever, and you all set off on the road to Glimmermore in search of the enchanter of legend, Old Man Tinkertop. We pick up this week just after Xanalor used Spare the Dying on a werebearer that you defeated in open combat. Oh, man, I'm going to have to get used to this. So roll 20 now lets you use the scroll bar to the scroll wheel to zoom. And I'm like, yeah, I'll try that. But I'm used to using it to pan. So it's interesting.
Ooh.
It does not support zoom for me.
Really? Interesting.
I have to hold down control to do that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you have to change that in your settings.
So murder naked werebear man.
Does anyone have a spare clothes of some kind?
I mean, I do.
Or
but
I'm
I
gonna.
was planning on using them.
I have manacles. I want to put those on this guy.
Okay.
Well, should we try putting pants on him first?
Why does he still look like a bear?
The shreds of cloth are very tastefully covering his junk.
Okay. We got
That's all we need.
Yeah, we got a Bruce Banner situation going.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then, yeah, I'm not taking out my extra set of clothes.
The anime plot armor.
So it's still a bear, right?
No, he is a man.
a-
So
Oh,
as
that's
you
a bear.
guys defeated him,
That's
he
fair.
changed from a bear to a man.
Is he still hairy?
I mean, on top of his head, sure.
And
Probably
in-
a
Is
bit on
there-
his
is
chin.
there-
chin.
Any?
On a scale of me to Robin Williams, what are we talking about?
4.
And in what bear
is
is the
there
community?
What?
In what
Yeah, is there
community
any-
is he bear? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just go.
Okay, what is Jay saying though? Because you guys are both talking over each other.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, are there any porcine qualities to turn him into a man bear pig?
You do not see any porcine qualities in this
Okay,
gentleman,
good.
no.
All right, guys, guess what? It could always have been worse.
Does anyone want to try to help him?
You spared the dying on him. He's good. Tie him up and leave him. We'll
I mean-
grease him
I
up
mean-
first, because nobody's gonna fuck with a greased up, tied up guy.
I mean,
I think
feel
it
like
might be good to talk to him. Wait, I forgot that he doesn't sound like that. That's the wrong guy.
That was Yalo, wasn't it?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was.
Oh, so that's how you pronounced it. I thought it was YOLO this entire time.
No.
Rude.
How rude.
Man, I was the
Yeah.
DM of that campaign too.
But yes.
All right, let's start slapping man bear pig awake.
Hold on. Before we wake him up, should we have some concerted idea of like what we want to know? Because what if he turns into a bear again?
Then he's handcuffed. It's fine.
So then he's gonna chafe.
Can I do a nature check to see if I think a bear is stronger than handcuffs?
Yeah, go ahead and make a nature check. Anyone else who wants to, go ahead and make an intelligence check.
Think
for
about
me.
the transformation process, though. He's gonna like the blood will be cut off to his paws.
That's a 16 plus 4, 20 adjusted.
I'm confident. I'm not
in
rolling. I'm
nature.
confident.
Natural
Yeah, I got
20.
16.
Okay. Borax, what was your question in? Is a bear stronger than a man?
Is a bear stronger than handcuffs?
You're not sure how strong exactly he was as a bear. He was quite large, but the handcuffs seem pretty sturdy. But he's probably stronger than them as a bear, from what you could tell.
Okay.
So I know Stock.
Note
You
to
said
self.
you got an adjusted 20 on
Natural
your
20.
natural 20. So what's the total there?
20.
Okay. And then Vendi, you said you what, a 17?
15.
16. Okay. Xanalor and Nevis, did you guys roll intelligence checks?
Internally, I rolled a 20 on being confident in my choice.
Okay.
I had a 5.
Okay. All right. So Stock and Vershad, you guys understand that he's not asleep. He is unconscious. He's just no longer dying.
So I can slap him awake.
In 8 hours, sure.
I think I could slap for 8 hours.
Look, okay, just hear me out real quick before I eat my next potato chips. We understand that this man, when conscious, was a bear. The weather conditions, the location we're at, none of that's changed. He may turn into a bear again when I heal him.
And then as he's saying that, I just touch the bear and I cast Cure Wounds.
So as you do that, I get out the words like, shouldn't we have some plan on what we're going to ask if we only have so much time? Oh, fuck.
You see him, his breathing deepens a little bit. You know, obviously it's much more than the ragged, shallow breaths of a man on death's door. His eyes flutter open, and he starts like realize that he starts kind of struggling against his bonds, and like kind of like kicks his feet back to scoot back a little bit, trying to kind of get some sort of bearing on his situation.
Oh my God, he's awake.
Bearing.
How shocking.
Yeah. How completely unexpected. All right, hold up. Don't resist. You're under arrest.
Who are you?
We are not bears.
Well, I was.
You were. So
Look, I didn't mean no harm. No harm to you gentlemen. If you just let me go, I'll be on my way.
No.
well, what if we were able to help not be so
Unbearable.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, that's good. That's nice. I like that.
I'm not gonna lie, sir. That went right over my head. He like kind of like shows like over his head with his hands in the handcuffs.
Yeah. So why were you 4 times as large as the average bear?
Oh well, it's a bit of a long story, sir. You want
That's all right. I've got 4 hours.
Right. Well, my name is Gavin. I lived, I suppose, in a small fishing village outside of Mirabar. That was until the curse started. It's been about 5 harvests since it happened. There was this traveling woman, beautiful as can be. She was. A few of the lads in town were lusting after her, and she spent her advances. Me and the boys was out late hitting the sauce at the local tap when a few of them had an idea. Not one to lose face. I went along with it, and we went out around midnight to see where she was camping. Look, it happened. It was a flash. Let me tell you, lads. No sooner than the boys jumped out of the brush and tried to grab her did she utter some sort of devil speech and a flash of light, and nothing were left but some guts and gore. She turned to me, eyes alight like moons, still with that devil tongue, and I felt this burning in my hand. And he like kind of shows you his hand. You can see that there's a scar of like sort of darkened skin in the shape of something resembling an arcane sigil. And he goes, ever since I get these urges, I wake up in middle trees, reeking like blood and covered all manner of unspeakable nasty. Spend most of my time now hunting for that witch. Trouble of it is, every time I become that beast, I find myself just outside of Mirabar again. Awful maddening it is.
Have you tried cutting your hand off?
Good question.
in a much more realistic question, how often does this happen? Like, in 20 minutes, are we going to have to put more manacles on?
Barracles.
That's a good one.
It's I'm not too sure what the trigger is. It used to be just with a full moon, but seems to be getting a bit worse lately. It seems to be with a moon and also anything where I'm under extreme anger, not really duress, but just getting frightful mad, and then that kind of happens.
All right. Well, the good news, guys, is it didn't immediately turn into a bear. Lucky us.
To answer your question, sir, no, never. I haven't really thought of cutting my hand off. I've
For someone who just regained consciousness, his attention to detail is impeccable.
well, you use all the masters this current situation I found myself in, and sort of owe it to you at least to answer your questions. Maybe get back on my quest. But yeah, no, sir, never really cut my hand off. I've sustained injuries before, but every time I turn back into the beast thing, it all goes away. So I don't think it would have much bearing on the situation. So,
Hey, nice, good one.
What was a good one?
Yeah, bearing.
So
I'm not following, sir.
if we
Don't
just
worry, I'll explain it later.
kill him, this solves all
Now,
problems.
are there people randomly missing in your town that no one knows what they're missing, and then you wake up with blood in your mouth after these full moons?
Does your mouth taste like copper a lot?
Oh, like I said, I always wake up covered in reeking like blood, covered in all sorts of unspeakable nasty things. Blood, gore,
So
bones,
Fish
things like
guts.
that.
it would be better for the world if we killed you.
Have you ever tried to put yourself in a cage when you go to sleep?
Oh,
Or
that's a better suggestion.
or around a bunch of salmon going upstream.
Well,
Also good.
I'm not really trying to like be around anybody. I'm trying to find that witch.
Why don't you just carry a jar of honey with you?
And wear a red shirt and no pants.
And say things like, oh, bother.
You could make a good living off that.
Well,
It's
I'll,
probably not
we-
trademarked yet.
We've
Yeah,
got a
have
donkey
to-
who could be your friend.
I'll have to give that a shot if I make it
First
out
off,
of
Charlie,
present predicament.
Charlie's a very jovial donkey. Okay. don't you Eeyore my Charlie.
Just a suggestion.
All right. All jokes aside, because I think he's too stupid to get him. But do you want help in your quest?
I mean, it would. You guys, you gentlemen know any witches? I don't remember. What? Not sure even where to begin looking for her.
Well, if you keep
What-
on ending up in Mirror Bar, that might be the bear trying to tell you something.
I figure it was just because it's where I was cursed.
Could be more.
Well, wouldn't the witch be kind of like where you were cursed anyway?
Well, I mean, she came into town. She was traveling. She wasn't from around
Okay.
here. It's a bit of what she was so much of a spectacle.
This guy knocked unconscious. Better attention to detail than me. 0 hit points lost.
Well, we could send him to the college, or we could send him to Tinkertop, where we're going, and drag him along with us.
Well, I don't see any reason for him to come with us to Tinker.
Could anyone fashion a muzzle?
How
Couldn't
would
you
that
just
help?
take it off like in human form?
Yeah.
No, one that would work both ways.
Nevis, do you happen to have a bear muzzle that also works when you're and I hope the answer is no, because it got more ridiculous as I finished.
I said fashion. That means make.
All I have is no interest in this situation right now. I'm going back to the wagon.
All right.
This is Xanalor's deal. Let him fucking deal with it. Let's get on with it. Let's do something. Okay? This is dumb.
I vote with Nevis. Tie him up and leave him.
All right.
Should we just put him out of his misery then?
Right?
I mean, let's just give them the contact information of the Mages College. Tell them, don't get angry between here and there, and let.
Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
He tried to rape somebody. I mean,
And he's woken up with blood in his mouth several times.
Yeah. Okay. So you'll make this attack with man, I don't even do straight rolls.
okay. The first one is a 19 to hit.
Okay. Yep.
For 14 force damage.
Okay.
And then a 17 to hit for 12 force damage.
All right. Yeah. He is. You hear the Eldritch Blast hit him, and you hear just two like bone crunching blows of force, and he's unconscious again, and you see his he's dying again.
I take the manacles off. Pocket those. Let's move on.
And all we see on the side is quest failed. Help the werebear become human again. All right.
Quest
I'm going to
succeeded.
leave a note. Do not spare the dying. Do not revive. And pin it on his body.
All right. So we're back at the wagon. We're traveling some more.
All right. Okay. So
At least we have a resolution.
Now we know what to do if we find a witch.
Don't get turned into bears.
oops. I actually still need that. Should probably not do that to it. Okay.
Hey,
All
do
right.
you
So
remember a guy named Gavin? Oh, yes, I do. I turned him into a bear.
Yeah, he's dead now.
Yeah, wrapped up that loose end.
I will see. Let's do this.
But remember to ask for a reward for like a werebear in Mirabar. Never know.
Mm-hmm. Should we take his head while we're at it?
That doesn't look like a bear.
I can turn into a bear and you can take my head.
This is
Hey, you
gonna
guys
be
remember when my character was a stupid one?
the half gnome, half pig,
Hey,
bacon again.
Remember when? Yeah, remember when I gave you bacon?
Or halfling, not gnome. Sorry. All right. So you guys continue down the road. You what am I looking for on my computer? Oh, that's right. Okay. You guys continue down the road. You make it a full trek for the day without any other issues to where you guys wind up stopping for camp for the evening. It's going to be right around. You guys will be right about there come end of day. Yeah. All right. So who is taking what watch?
Given how exhausted my character was, just shaking in his boots from Stock's threat, I will not be taking a watch tonight.
That's right. I forgot that you had a point of exhaustion.
I've got all of them.
Okay.
I'm taking my third.
All right.
I'll go first. Halflings like to get it over with and sleep in.
I guess I'll take second again.
Okay. All right. So, no, what I want to do. All right. Who was first again? That was
Me and Sanalor.
okay. So, why don't we go ahead and have you guys roll your perception checks.
Hey, I paid attention this time. 17.
I did not. That's a 7.
Oh, you're just so excited about sleeping in.
I'm thinking about that breakfast. This is some great camp music too. It's putting me to sleep.
All right. So, did I write that down? Okay. So during your guys' watch, not much really goes on. Borax, you're blissfully unaware of anything that may be going on, but you guys are able to nonetheless, get through your watch without anything of import really happening. Is there anything that you guys wanted to do while you're on watch together?
Do we know why Xanalor doesn't sleep yet?
No one's asked.
Yeah, no one's asked.
Oh, okay. then I will probably ask that. So, Xanalor, I noticed you don't go to bed after first watch with me. I'm not going to try anything. Like, what's up?
I just never felt the need. I recently found I don't need to sleep, and I feel the same in the morning. So why bother?
I mean, really? I don't know. I might not need to sleep. I've never tried not sleeping.
You should try it.
I consider it, and then I just go to bed and leave it at that.
I've
Interesting.
Dreams don't treat me well.
Oh. But, like, how do you just don't feel?
Not anymore. It used to affect me.
I poke him. Do you feel that?
Do I feel that?
I mean, yeah, unless you've somehow found a way to become incorporeal without me knowing about it.
And yeah. I'm not like a ghost.
I'm not following. So
Just a person who doesn't sleep.
I'm gonna start looking at his teeth, forgetting that I've seen him out in daylight. And that vampires sleep during the day.
Roll for dentistry.
Did you used to sleep?
I did.
What happened between then and then not sleeping?
Just a few nights ago, I stayed up the way I do from time to time, and I felt fine in the morning. For a long time, I've avoided sleep if I could, but now it seems I don't need it.
Now these dreams. Do they physically hurt you, or is that thinky pain?
No. It's just things I'd rather not think about.
Okay. Have you tried dreaming about nicer things?
I don't know. Is there a way to do that?
I just think really hard about breakfast in the morning, and then I dream about breakfast in the morning.
I might try that sometime.
Highly suggest it. I'm gonna poke him again.
Yeah, he's still a person.
He reacted. Okay. And that is why I rolled a 7. I just keep staring over and making sure he's
I mean, you've had some experience with things seeming like they were there and then like disappearing and stuff. So yeah, I mean, makes some manner of sense for sure. You've also probably never met anyone before who never slept.
Yeah.
All right.
Besides this little shit next to me.
All right. So with that, after keeping an eye on Xanalor, you wind up towards the end of your watch, you wind up just kind of like laying down on your bedroll, but like facing Xanalor to make sure he's still real. Xanalor.
One last consideration of trying to stay up and seeing if it doesn't affect me, and then. No.
And sleep takes you as Xanalor alternates between writing in his journal, looking around, and watching you watch him. All right. So second watch was Xanalor and I think Nevis, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll your guys' perception checks.
16.
Okay.
11.
11. Okay. So, Xanalor, you notice it first, but Nevis, you catch something kind of out of the corner of your eye, sort of like through the gaps in the wagon next to you. Something like a small dim light, seemingly moving over in this direction on the other side of the road. It seemed like it moved like from like the trees this way and is kind of moving off in that general direction. It hasn't seemed like it's made an attempt to come in your direction yet. It's hard to make out exactly what it is. Xanalor, you're able to kind of track it just a little bit more, and you see what looks to be like the shape of a woman who seems to be like giving off almost like a moonlight kind of light off of her body, and you see her kind of like moving, and then like like a tree or a bush will be in the way, and then you won't see her, and then like 15 feet further along she'll pop back up.
Nevis, have you ever seen like a moonlit person? Because that's what I'm looking at.
Can't say that I have.
Do you think that might be the witch?
Then don't try to rape her.
Done. I'm gonna try to get closer.
Okay. I'm gonna.
And that's how the third party member gained the ability to become a.
She's like off over there.
Is the road? I mean, this is like a road in the woods, so it's not like lit, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try to go like under the wagon, like that.
So you're like crawling under the wagon.
Yes.
Okay.
To see if I can get a better look, like there. But like I'm like crawling.
Okay. Give me just a sec here. I wanted to sort of put this up just so you guys could get a better idea. Those of you who aren't with the dark visions of like what you can see.
I forgot we had a campfire.
Okay, so go ahead and make a stealth check.
Good roll. 22.
Okay. All right. So you sneak under the wagon. As you kind of get to the other side and you get a little bit closer to her, go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Ooh. 16.
16?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Am I a werebear now?
No, you're not a werebear. Let's see. Oh, interesting. Alrighty. So, yeah, as you get a little bit closer, go ahead and make another perception check for me.
13.
13. Okay. Yeah, you still can't really get a good look of her. She's still moving. And even in areas where it seems like where there's open, like there's nothing for her to like disappear behind, she does seem to like sort of blip out for a few feet of movement and then blips back. Like she's not like always on your plane.
Oh. I'm gonna crawl some more.
Okay. Go ahead and make another wisdom saving throw for me.
That's not as good. 11.
11. Okay. So as you're kind of like army crawling across the road, you realize you're in a very exposed area, and you kind of like peek your head up to see like if she's looking at you, or if she's noticed you, and you see her like kind of stop, and like her clothes and hair kind of like keep moving a little bit, like as though she was like underwater. And you see her look back at you, and you are instinctively terrified. And you're actually currently frightened.
Okay.
That is my typical reaction around women anyway.
Okay. Can I tell what she is now that I've seen her? I'm just something I'm afraid of.
So like her looking back at you, like you like being this close to her and stuff, like just instinctively, like you've become frightened. You can't really tell what she is from the look of her though, like the movement and all that kind of stuff. Go ahead, make an intelligence check for me. Go ahead. Actually, sorry, history check.
20.
20. Okay. She appears to be some sort of ghost. You don't have a ton of experience with ghosts. However, because of your sort of I don't want to say proclivity, because that definitely has a weird connotation in this case, but like your knowledge of undead, you thinking that she might be a banshee. And you really like instinctively, because of that fear, you're like, I really hope that it's not a banshee.
I'm going to stand up.
Okay.
And run behind the wagon. Right there.
Okay.
And then maybe if I don't move, she won't see me. But I'm going to message Nevis to say, definitely like a ghost. I think it might be a banshee. I don't want to die.
And Nevis, as you get this message, actually, you see from like now around the wagon instead of like through the wagon, you actually see this ghostly, definitely undead woman kind of floating through the opening that you guys are kind of in. Doesn't seem like she's heading necessarily in your direction, but she's kind of like floating around in like kind of like a sort of like a beeline, you know, how they kind of dipsy doodle and all that kind of stuff. Just wandering.
Well, if she's not getting any closer, then I'm not going to worry about it. I will be on the ready for any attack, though.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Mage Armor.
Okay.
And just, yeah, I'm hiding.
Okay. So she kind of keeps moving. Again, in like sort of strange, lazy kind of loops, and just like see, you get the impression watching her movements, there's something that she's seeking, but doesn't seem to be like knowing where that is necessarily. Like it's almost like, you know, like when someone who is completely disillusioned with their surroundings is looking for something that necessarily isn't there and they're not sure where it might be. And she does, like, as she kind of gets around here into the campfire light, it doesn't even seem like she takes notice of the fact that she's in light necessarily. But you see her kind of like swoop around, and she starts to move towards where Borax and Vendi are sleeping.
Wake him up, wake him up, wake him up.
All right, so seeing
She's
that
got a thing for the druids.
I yell to try and wake everyone.
Okay. All right.
Good call.
Let's have Borax, Stock, and Vendi. Guys, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
All right, I'm disadvantaged because I'm still exhausted.
13.
Okay.
10.
10. All right. Stock. Perception check.
Huh? What? I'm dealing with
Can you make
stupid bullshit.
Hmm.
I critically failed.
Okay. So Vendi and Borax, you guys wake up. Stock, you are still asleep for the round. Let's go ahead and I'm assuming you guys are wanting to roll initiative to begin to defend yourselves.
Assuming she's attacking.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not making that assumption yet. I wanted to wake those guys up to let them know that there was something there, and I don't know if it's.
Okay. I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead. We'll roll initiative so that we have that sort of hammered out, and we'll go from there.
Oh, that's fun. Rolled a natural 1 and a natural 20.
The dichotomy of man. Hey, wait, that's my shirt. They rolled my shirt.
Do I get bonus points? No? Okay.
Is initiative something I also have disadvantage on because I'm frightened?
I don't believe so, no.
Okay.
No, I just haven't gotten the order to remove exhaustion yet. That's why.
Well,
because it says ability checks and attack rolls.
Yeah, that would be because initiative is technically like a dexterity ability check.
Okay.
All right. 20 to 25. My pen just died. All right. 15 to 20. 10 to 15.
11.
Was it a 13, Nevis?
Yeah.
Okay. 11 for Borax. 10 to, or was it 5 to 10?
8.
Okay. All right. Stock and Vershad, what'd you guys get?
4.
Okay.
Me too.
All right.
I rolled a natural 1, 2 in a row.
Wow.
Hey, one more natural 1 and you lose a level.
Okay, so up first in the initiative order is actually the visage of this woman.
Mm-hmm.
And so she moves closer to Borax, and you see her. She's gonna reach out, like she's like slowly, like kind of just like hovers next to Borax, and then like slowly reaches out a hand and touches him.
Oh no.
But that's a natural 1 to hit. So she actually, like, her hand like kind of goes through you, and she like pulls it back. Nevis, you're up.
All right. I simply want to slowly move to Borax's side as
Okay.
to not give any indication of aggression. I just want to be there, ready if anything happens.
Okay.
So I'm holding my action to attack if she becomes aggressive.
Okay. All right. Borax, you are up.
Now, could I infer anything about what her intent was with that touch? Was it a good touch?
Oh, actually.
No, buddy.
Can I have you make a wisdom saving throw for me?
That is a 5 plus whatever. 11.
11. Okay.
And I have
so
an advantage against it's being frightened. So.
Okay, so yeah, go
Those
ahead
are
and
frightened.
roll with advantage. Yeah.
Okay. Shit, that is not much better. That is 13.
Okay. So you get the sense looking at her, just like looking at her face, it is sort of like frozen with kind of a look of pain and malice. So while you're not entirely sure what the hell it was she was trying to do, from the look on her face, it probably wasn't good. Actually, Nevis, can I have you make that wisdom saving throw for me as well? I should have had you do that on your turn.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. Okay. All right. Is there anything that you want to do with your turn, Borax?
Let's see. I just want to see what the range is on something of the size. Yeah, I'm going to shoot a cloud of flies at her, poison flies at her.
Okay.
That's a cantrip. She has to make a Constitution save of 14.
All right. All right. That is a 16. Does anything happen on a success?
No, I'm trying to read. No, it doesn't. It takes nothing on a success.
Okay. Is it a cantrip, I'm guessing?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Alrighty. Xanalor, you are up.
I'm gonna step out from behind the wagon.
Okay.
And cast Cause Fear at it.
Okay.
So it's a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Okay.
Unless it has immunity or something.
All right. You cast this spell. You see like the sort of the energy like weft and weave its way through the air and wrap around her, and she just like looks up at you.
And back behind the wagon.
I want you to make another wisdom saving throw.
So
Better. 15.
15. Okay. Yeah, you are no longer frightened, and you feel yourself kind of feel a little bit more steeled in your resolve.
Then I won't go back behind the wagon.
All right. Stock and Vendi are up. Stock, you are technically you're considered surprised for this round. So you won't be able to do anything. So Vendi, you're up.
All right.
And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
just
To
hold
start
on
the turn off.
for a
Okay.
quick second. Corey, I'm going to need you to run my character for a while. April's starting fights with neighbors.
Okay.
Okay. That is a 19 plus 8. So 27.
Okay. Yep, that is a pass.
All right. Well, I still woke up very quickly, saw something I did not expect to see. So I'm going to start by moving 5, 10, 15 feet away.
Okay.
Actually, no, 20 feet away. And I'm going to cast Warding Wind on myself.
Okay.
So if you're unfamiliar with Warding Wind, a 20 mile per hour wind blows around me in a 10-foot radius.
Okay.
It deafens myself and other creatures in the area. Extinguishes unprotected flames that are torch-sized or small. Anything that is made of vapor, gas, or fog that can be dispersed by strong wind does so.
Okay.
Area is difficult terrain for creatures other than me, and any ranged attacks have disadvantage if it passes through that orb.
Okay.
And that will be my turn.
Okay. All right. I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw, and I'm going to pull up stock sheet here.
Is this against fear?
Nope, this is a different thing.
Boo.
This is against.
Oh, definitely boo. Jeez. This was Constitution?
Yeah.
Different kind of 15.
12.
3.
Okay. You said a 15, Xanalor?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Nevis, how about you?
Another nat 20 for a 23 total.
Okay.
Hey, one more and you automatically gain a lot.
All right. All right. So Stock, Xanalor, and Nevis are going to take 17 psychic damage.
Oh no. Goodbye, guys.
Borax and Vershad, you guys drop to 0 hit points.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Shit. All right. Well, then,
As she lets out this horrifying, terrible, mournful wail that sort of reverberates through your soul.
Okay, so time to print off that other character sheet. Wow.
But so according to this, it's not like that plant that killed Geth. It doesn't say that because you dropped 0 points, you're dead. You're just
Yes.
you're making death saving throws.
so it did 48 damage.
It says on a failure, a creature drops to 0 hit points.
Damn, that sucks. Wind, by the way, wind can't stop bad thoughts.
But it did 34, right? What would you roll for damage? Was it 17 that you rolled, or?
No, so it says so you have to make a Constitution saving throw. On a failure,
Yeah.
a creature drops to 0 hit points. On a success, the creature takes 3d6 psychic damage.
Oh, okay. So that wasn't like half of something. That was just
Right.
a separate roll.
Yeah.
Did we have to be frightened for that first, or I'm just trying to save my character? That's all.
Nope. It's all
Listen.
all other creatures within 30 feet that can hear her must make a DC 13 Constitution saving throw.
I was just gonna say, even if it was 17 was halved, I would have been
Yeah. Oh well.
dead at 34.
Okay. Nevis, you are up. Nevis?
All right. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
At the 3rd level, I want to cast Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
And I want to designate that my 4 companions are not affected
Okay.
by that.
Mhm.
So basically, for a distance of 15 feet for up to 10 minutes, spirits are flitting around me protectively.
Okay. 15 feet around you. Okay.
It's a wisdom save for her.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And since she's already in the area, if she starts or ends her turn within it, she must make another wisdom saving throw.
Okay. All right. I don't think a 12 passes, correct?
It does not.
All right. I'm also assuming that you selected the horse to not be in affected by that also.
Oh, right.
Okay. All right. Sweet. So it's
She
3D
on a
radiant
fail, I roll 3d8s.
damage. Okay. What kind of spirits?
Radiant.
Yeah.
What kind of?
Yeah. If you haven't thought of it yet, that's fine. They can be angelic or fey in nature.
Yeah. Just a couple of nice, friendly little cherubs, I guess.
Okay.
And she takes 18 radiant damage.
18 radiant damage. Okay. Let's see here. All right, cool. All right. Sweet deal. Borax, go ahead and make a death saving throw for me.
11.
11. All right, that is a success. Xanalor, you are up.
Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
22 to hit.
Yep.
11 force, and then
Okay.
a 15 to hit.
Yep, that hits too.
For 8.
Okay. All right. Anything else with your turn, Xanalor?
Look mean.
Look mean. Okay. All right. So next up it is Stock and Vendi. Vendi, go ahead and make a death saving throw for me. And then Stock is going to... He's going to get up. He's going to move 5, 10, 15, 20. And he's going to make a pair of attacks with his fishing pole. What'd you get on your death saving throw there, Vindy?
Natural 1.
Oh, shit. Okay, so that is 2 failures for Vendy. All right, so...
Coming for you.
Okay. Okay, so first attack is going to be a hit. That's going to be a date plus... All right, so that's 11. 11 points of slapping damage. Second attack is going to be another hit. It's going to be for 5. And then he's going to make an attack as a bonus action with the booty end of that fishing pole. That's another hit. That's a D4. All right. So that's 8. 8 more. Okay. Then at the end of... Yeah. Stock is going to kind of wheel that way to try to get between stay between the Banshee and Vendi. Let's see here. So it's her turn. She's going to... All right, I'm going to roll a D4 here to see which one she attacks between... Well... Okay, she's going to attack Nevis, actually.
Before she does, she needs to make another wisdom saving throw.
Oh, okay. That's a fail then.
Can I retroactively take one step forward?
Sure.
Okay.
She takes another 8 radiant damage.
Okay. As the spirit guardians are shooting her with their little cheruby arrows. All right. So she's going to roll to attack. That's a miss. All right. Nevis, you are up proper.
All right. Is she still like vapor form, or has she taken on a more
Corporeal.
solid form to make attacks?
So from what you can tell based on her movements, she doesn't like turn into vapor so much as she can move through creatures and objects should she choose to. But you've seen, you saw Stock make contact with a trio of attacks. That seems to work. He was
Okay.
using his fishing pole, however, you will note.
All right, then I'm gonna try this.
You are because it isn't the end of a long rest yet. You do still have Blessing of the Forge on your mace.
Okay, so then I also have to put the spell slot usage back. Let me try then. I want to try attacking with inflict wounds, but I want to use it at the 2nd level.
Okay.
So it's a melee attack. Does a 17 hit?
Yes.
Awesome. So 1, 2, 3, 4 d10s. Mm, 28 necrotic damage.
Holy crap. All right. Anything else?
Since everything else takes an action, Spirit Guardian's active. I think no, I'll hold.
Okay. All right. Borax, death
Unless-
saving throw. Sorry, what was that, Nevis? Did you say unless?
Yeah, unless I can move.
Yeah.
On the stagger rule.
Mhm.
Okay. Then I want to move there.
Okay.
No.
All right. Okay. Is that it?
Yeah. Sorry.
All right. Cool. All right. Borax, if you already rolled, go ahead and give me a number. If you didn't, go ahead.
It was a 14.
14. All right. That's another success. All right. Xanalor, you are up.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Spare the dying on Bendy.
Okay. All right. Vendi, you are no longer dying. You are just unconscious. Your microphone is muted.
Xanalor, thanks for doing that, because the next dice I rolled would have been a 2.
Oh.
Oh boy. Anything else with your turn?
I'm trying to see if I can do anything useful bonus action, and I think not.
Okay. All right, then with that, it is Stock and Vershad. Vershad, I guess there's really not a whole lot you can do right now.
Yeah, let's roll a dice to see exactly how much. 19. I hang out of my mouth 19.
All right. Stock, you're up. You You woke up last turn. You moved forward and made an extra attack, and bonus action attack against the Banshee with your Rod of Angling.
I am curious as to why I moved forward.
So that you could be between the Banshee and Vershad's dying body.
Okay. Makes sense.
Because the Banshee let out a wail, and Borax and Vershad both fell down, basically dead.
Let's see here. And it would be an action to feed a potion to somebody, correct?
Yes.
What if you offhand feed it to him?
I will say too. After the necrotic damage from the inflict wounds and the cherub-like spirit guardians that are flitting around the air, stabbing the shit out of the Banshee, it appears to be pretty ragged.
Okay.
It is a haggard spirit.
I guess the question is if our additional travel would have counted as a short rest, because that would change what I am capable of.
I'll say it can in the future if you say that you're taking a short rest while you're doing it. Otherwise, it kind of assumes that you're, keeping watch or whatever.
Okay, that was just what I was curious about.
Yeah.
Well then, since it is looking rather ragged, I shall bean the damn thing a couple times with the magic stick.
Okay.
Alright, first attack is a 24 to hit.
That will hit.
That is 9 bludgeoning damage.
All right. That's actually enough to defeat the Banshee. What does it look like when you defeat a ghost with a magic fishing pole?
Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. Once the battle's done, Corey, I gotta just realize something.
Okay.
Honestly, I got nothing right now, man. I am done.
Okay.
I'm fucking done.
All right. No worries, man. All right. So yeah, you guys watch as Stock continues to go to town on this ghost with his fishing pole, as though it was a quarterstaff, and the ghost eventually just disincorporates entirely and is gone. And that is the end of the battle.
Is there anything left behind, or it's just totally gone?
Yeah, massive mistake I made in the battle. Warding wind deafens me, so I couldn't hear her.
That's a great point.
So I almost killed my character by an accident.
That's the thing.
Yeah, we definitely missed that. Okay.
Well, it's my fault for not remembering the spell I cast.
I will say this though, Borax is still in the process of dying.
I'll take care of it. Do-do-do.
Or I got
Just
a fail.
reach over, cast Spare the Dying myself.
A 4 and 8. So I got 2 PLC successes. You better hurry up on that Spare the Dying.
Yeah,
Spare the dying.
And an
you're
11.
good.
Okay.
Yeah, they got you.
I think we both got you.
Bleeding out quick.
As they both put your hands on you, you just hear a thump when you come back.
All right, what is going on with my brightness? Whatever. Figure it out later. Okay, so yeah, you guys, the softy sounds of the evening come back, and Borax doesn't wake up. Neither does Vershad. They're still unconscious. Sorry.
Yeah. If we retroactively made it right, I just can't hear anybody because the wind spells.
I mean, well, I don't think we necessarily need to because you didn't die, and your watch was over anyway, right?
I never had one, but I still
Right.
spent the spell slot.
Okay. I mean, there was wind for a time. Okay. So Nevis and Xanalor, the rest of that watch period goes by without incident. Xanalor and unless there's anything you guys want to say or do before continuing with watch and rest for the evening. Those of you who are
still have
conscious.
some spell slots left. If Vendi and Borax would do better with a cure wounds each, I could do that.
What? Sorry, I dispel it. It's like, shit, forget about that.
I mean, are they going to gain points back by resting, or do I need to get that started by giving them some at least?
Based on your understanding of the way that healing and sleeping and healing works, you're fairly certain that that they'll be okay as long as nothing else happens tonight.
Okay. Then there was nothing else I wanted to do.
Okay.
I'm just
curse that stupid banshee.
I'm just trying to think through how I could have played that differently.
Okay.
Attack it first go. Ghosts are never our friends.
Never your friends.
All right. So Stock and Xanalor, why don't you guys go ahead and make perception checks? Unless Xanalor, you're like too busy doing self-reflection to actually be keeping watch.
I'll let the dice decide.
Okay.
I paid attention. I'm 18.
We're going full Telltale game series right now.
Got a 7.
7? Okay. All right. So Stock, you are not super focused during your time of watch, but as you look around, you don't see anything coming into the camp. You don't see any more ghosts flitting around, and you do notice, Xanalor seems to be pretty pensive. If there's anything that you guys want to, so I'm just going to say this now. If there's anything that you guys want to do or say to one another during your watch, you guys can go ahead and do that. I don't want to keep prompting you because it makes it sound like I'm forcing you to do it. Anytime you guys are on the road and you want to have a conversation, you can have it. So if there is nothing, we'll move on to the solo Xanalor watch.
I got nothing.
Okay. All right. Xanalor, go ahead and make your 4th perception check for the evening.
Now I'm not paying attention. That's a 5.
Okay. Again, you're kind of thinking about like the way things went. You're playing back in your head, like crawling under the cart, sort of getting frozen in place by the fear of the ghost, of the banshee, and then sort of where you placed yourself in the battle and how you could have done things differently, what things went well, what things could have been done better. And before you notice, you notice the sun coming up. It takes a little while still yet for your companions to rise. But a little bit later of a start for the day, but you guys do all get the benefits of a long rest. With that, we will switch back over to our Sword Coast map and get ready for another day of travel.
So, was there really like a ghost thing? I think I remember waking up, getting screamed at, then nothing. Did that really happen?
You had one of my dreams, Borax.
So that really happened. Okay, guys, I didn't want to bring it up, but did you guys know this dude doesn't sleep?
That's
I look
the
around.
most concerning part about him that you have.
Yeah.
What about the fact he never answers a question directly? You could give him yes, no as the options, and he'll pick, well, it depends on what you're asking. Well, I fucking asked a question.
Do you answer questions directly? I don't see anything wrong with that. But not sleeping?
Yeah.
Suspect.
That's effed up, yeah.
Here we go. Here's an example. Xanalor, what do you write in your book?
It's my thoughts and reflections of the day and questions I might have of how to proceed with
That
my
seems pretty
missions.
direct to me.
Name one question.
I don't understand.
Yeah, there you go.
Look, I poked him. He's real.
That means the problems he brings with him are real too.
Like not sleeping. Right. I don't want to get that problem. Maybe we should get to the bottom of that.
It's quite nice. You get a lot done.
Just sleep further away from him.
Vershad, despite the evening's events, you do still regain that point of exhaustion, or it's cleared. I mean,
all right. I guess if no one else is concerned, go ahead, Xanor. Keep.
Well, it sounds like Rashad
it
is
on.
concerned, but
He's more concerned about your not answering questions, even though he just answered 2 questions.
Yeah. Xanalor knows how I feel.
I do.
I'm going to leave it at that.
Wow. Some bad blood.
It's not that. It's just realize
Please
honesty.
don't make me choose sides.
No, it's not that. Just honesty has varying degrees of importance among the party.
Do you not remember how you introduced yourself?
Because I was going to get killed, and I told you guys why I did it. That's why I don't do that anymore.
Is it possible I might have reasons?
Are you going to share them? No? Okay, let's move on with our...
all right. So you guys set out on the road. I'm pretty sure that this was the case earlier. I just want to double check here. Okay. So you guys on this day, you continue down this path from Lusken to Mirabar. As you enter Mirabar, you guys see. So Mirabar is a human city that rests atop dwarven caverns. As you move through the city, you see that humans dominate the population with some dwarves mixed in and a handful of gnomes and halflings. You see there seems to be a lot of like sort of subterranean entrances as you move through the city. And you do see a lot of the dwarves going to and from there with the occasional non-dwarven race going in and out, presumably to do some sort of business. As far as as far as like commerce, from what you can tell in the city, there doesn't appear to be a lot of trade commerce. Obviously, there's like, some people selling some things, but for the most part, it's, like we mine or craft things, and then you pay us for those things, and in turn, you provide a service for us, kind of thing. If you guys wanted to, you could stay the night in Mirabar. However, the length of your day travel would actually take you beyond the city if you wanted to continue to make more progress.
Does anybody need anything?
What's the banshee population of Mirabar?
I was going to say, shouldn't we ask about the witch as we're passing through?
It's 1 less.
All right. Anyone who wants to, as far as the witch thing goes, go ahead and make an investigation check. This will be you kind of like just talking to people as you move through the city. 12. Okay. Was anyone else rolling?
Investigation?
Yeah.
4.
Okay. Sorry, I thought I heard another dice roll, so I wasn't sure if someone else was rolling. That's why I asked. Okay, so what was your roll again, Borax? Was it 17 you said?
No, 12. I wish.
12. Okay. You kind of ask around a little bit about a witch. Most people don't seem to know what you're talking about. There is a couple people who are like, oh yeah, there's a witch that lives down the street from me, but it's like a couple of different people and they all point in different directions. So you kind of you realize that they're not talking about the same person, and based on your dealings in human cities over time, you've heard of this thing called witch hunting, and you've noticed that a lot of people just kind of accuse people of doing things they didn't do in an effort to explain things that they don't understand or didn't see. So kind of as you move through the city and you're asking various people, you don't find out much about a witch in Mirabar. One person kind of mentions sort of in loose terms that like some people later after they've left the city, people call them witches, do sometimes travel through the city. They never stay long though.
Okay.
And then, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna ask the party if you wanted just to keep on rolling then.
I was going to ask that too.
Yeah, we have a lot of ground to cover. I think we should just keep going.
Yeah.
Okay.
I buy a whole bunch of salt.
A whole bunch of salt. Okay. Yeah, I think you could probably find salt in what seems to be mostly a mining and crafting town. Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah.
And then every time I go to sleep, I pour a circle of salt around me.
Okay. Yeah.
And then every time he wakes up, Borax is eating the salt.
Borax is eating the salt. You know, this is really bad for slugs. Okay.
I didn't mention it before we left
Yeah.
for the booze cruise back in Neverwinter.
Mhm.
I would like to have picked up maybe a half a dozen torches.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot that you mentioned that. Let me see really quick. I don't think that those cost very much. I'll make sure I get the right amount here. Oh yeah. Okay. So if you want a half a dozen, that's going to be we'll call it 5 copper.
Okay.
So half a silver. Okay. So you guys continue through Mirabar. You kind of you see a lot of people. Actually, how about Borax, since you're working on this, and Vershad and Nevis, since you guys have a little bit of background in it. Why don't you guys go ahead and make religion checks for me if you want to.
11, 6 plus 5.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
6.
Okay. All right, Borax, you're still pretty new to this. So you do see some people doing some worship. You don't recognize any of the icons.
I am the icon.
Yeah. Vendi, you said you got an 11, you said?
Yep.
Okay. You were able to notice that most of the people in the city are honoring dwarven gods. Nevis, you noticed that most of them are honoring Moradin, but yes, pretty much everybody is honoring Moradin and the dwarven gods, which essentially makes Mirabar a dwarven city in spirit and ethics, as well as construction.
Hey guys, I'm a religious expert, and that's not my Aliki.
Very good. Nailed it. Got in one.
Cover it up and I'll cover it up for you.
All right. So by the evening, you guys make it into fairly deep into the heart of the crags. Journey has kind of slowed a little bit on the. Actually, I do believe that this is the tradeway that you guys are on. Oh, the long road. Sorry. The trail is well worn. You are still on the long road, but it's still kind of rougher going because there are large elevation changes, and have to navigate the horse through that and all that kind of stuff. On a couple of large hills, you guys all actually have to like get out of the wagon so that way like the horse is able to actually get up at a decent rate. But yeah, so you guys make it up to there, and let's go ahead and apart from Xanalor, who I'm assuming is taking every watch, assign watches for anyone else who wants to take one.
I'll take first again.
Okay.
The usual.
Second. All right.
Wait, Vendi, you're taking first?
Mm-hmm.
I'll take third then.
Okay. Stock, do you want to take do you want to take a watch other than third?
Nah,
Or fourth. Sorry, no, is he gonna take third?
I mean, he usually takes third watch, but if you want
Oh,
to,
then
I
I'll
mean,
take last. Sorry, if
Okay.
no one's taking last, I'll take one of the uncovered ones.
Okay. All right. Zanlor, you have company all night. Unless there's anything you guys want to do before, during the time of making camp and eating a supper before rest, we can go ahead and jump into first watch. If there is nothing that you guys want to do, go ahead and Zanlor and Vendi, I think, go ahead and make your perception checks for first watch.
Is a 12.
14.
Okay. 14. All right. You guys, you're looking around. Seems to be a fairly quiet night. There were some mountain goats and things like that you saw on your way up, but you haven't really seen anything of them in the evening. It's a pretty quiet 2 hours. And then if there's nothing, we can move on to second watch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just awkwardly silent with Rashad.
Okay.
Watch goes without a word.
I only got a 6.
6.
2.
Okay. 2. All right. You guys are kind of distracted. Zanalor, you were you were awkwardly in silence with Vershad, and like now you're kind of like thinking back to like, boy, that was that was awkward. Should I have said anything? Was I good not saying it? What would I have even said? And Nevis, you're kind of you're kind of caught up wondering perhaps if it was Ulfgar, right? Was his name?
Ulfgar, yeah.
Ulfgar, yeah. You're kind of caught up wondering if Ulfgar had spent any time in Mirabar, if he worked there at all, if he was even there. You haven't seen him in such a long time. So you kind of a little bit absent-minded during your watch, but ultimately the 2 hours go by without incident. So with that, if unless you guys wanted to do anything, we'll move on to Stock and Zanor.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
13.
18.
Okay. You're kind of done thinking, Zanalor, about your watch with Vendi, and kind of what the future days of travel might bring as far as potential awkwardness in the wagon and things like that. But you're keeping watch. You see some bats kind of flying around from tree to tree. The sparse trees that are up here. You guys are basically like just above what's known as the tree line. So there are still like a couple like shorter trees and things like that, but nothing of like the trees that were standing nice and tall on your way up. Stock. You're actually pretty focused on your watch this time. You're able to clear your mind and just kind of focus on keeping watch. It actually kind of harkens back to when you guys were on your way to and from the Crypt Garden Forest, when you guys were in the mountains, and it was basically the only time that you had a watch that you actually paid attention to. There seems to be, again, some sort of link between this cool mountain air and your ability to focus on the task at hand. But again, ultimately, your guys' watch goes by without incident. With that, we'll have Borax and Zanalor make their perception checks.
Oh, yeah.
11.
22.
22. All right. Zanalor, you actually wind up busying yourself kind of like trying to trick Borax a little bit into like looking like you might be asleep, like you've got like your head rested against your pack and you've got your journal like kind of on your chest, and for about an hour you actually just like put your journal down and look down at your chest so it looks like your eyes are closed. Borax, you actually notice this, but because of your high perception roll, you realize that he is in fact not sleeping. But also too, you're kind of captivated by the place around you. It sort of tunes you into the watch because all that's here so far is nature, and it's sort of a different kind of nature than where you're from. The town that you're from is certainly less less mountainous. And so it's kind of cool. You haven't been up in the mountains too many times, especially certainly not enough times to be jaded by the sort of the beauty of it.
Take a deep breath and kind of
Yeah.
take it all in.
Mm-hmm.
And then I look over at Xanalor and I say, "Hey, buddy, cut the crap. You already told me you don't sleep."
I told you I don't need to sleep.
Yeah, we're not going to let that go. So what are these dreams you're having? Like, what's keeping you from sleeping, man? It has to be effed up if it's keeping you from the greatness of sleep.
Well, again, I recently found I don't need to, and I think if I have no need for it, I'd rather be productive. And
I could survive eating plants. I have no need for bacon. But I turned myself into a pig and let you cut off my stomach because I like bacon.
Well, sleep is not as enjoyable as bacon for me. It's just...
I don't trust you. I'm slowly becoming Team Vendy.
What is a sentence that Aaron never thought he'd ever say?
It's...
All right, cool. I'll be up there.
Just the... Well...
We don't have to get into details, just baby steps.
There's
is it a person you dream of? Is it a event you dream of? Is it a
the
bunch
past,
of just messed up stuff?
The past won't let me rest. Things that I'd rather not revisit. Even though I spend most of the time thinking about that anyway, it's just too real when I'm allowed to dream.
Well, I'm not a psychiatrist, so.
It's canon now. They have those.
You guys will be excited when we get to it. There is something else that became canon this week that me and Aaron are very excited to debut.
That I don't remember all the rules at the top of my head. We already knew that.
No, that was, yeah.
I will not pry you too hard. It looks like it's a tough situation, but if you ever need to talk, that's about the only thing I'm qualified to do.
That's appreciated.
So as you guys have this conversation, you notice that because of the elevation, actually, sunrise is a bit earlier, it seems, or at least things start getting brighter sooner. Your sort of access to an extended horizon, you notice that the sun comes up a little bit before the party starts to stir. Not quite as long as it takes, when there's a hard-fought battle the night before, but it does take it seems like it takes a little bit of time from when you guys see the sun to when the party sort of their internal clocks say, "Hey, sunrise." But eventually everyone does wake up, and you guys start making breakfast and getting the wagon packed up and ready to go.
Do I see Borax doing the baking trick again?
No.
Thank God.
That's for special occasions.
It's victory bacon.
Look,
I can't do it on last watch. I need like the whole cover after making that sacrifice.
Just making sure.
Plus, I want to wake up to the smell of bacon. Otherwise, it kind of defeats the purpose.
Why don't you just sleep closer to the fire?
Oh yes, good old fashioned Borax roast.
All right. Excuse me. So you guys, you get the wagons, the wagon ready to go. Get the horse, rehitched and all that. Start heading down the mountain. As you guys head down the mountain, does anyone like? How do you guys typically do this? Does anyone like keep watch during the day? Anything like that?
Nope.
I just
I don't.
sit in the back and look out the back.
Okay.
I think it'd be room for more than one person up on the seat in the front, so there could always be someone watching from that.
Yeah. I watch enough to get some scenery in my head. Drawing it.
All right. Why doesn't everybody go ahead and make a perception check for me?
I saw it.
That will be a 22, which means that I saw really great portrait
Mm-hmm.
in the making.
12.
I'm about to Bob Ross the shit out of that.
Natural 20, no bonus.
Okay.
19.
21.
19. Okay. So you guys notice it pretty quickly for the most part. Ven, you actually notice it first though. A shadow, pretty big, passes overhead, or crosses over the wagon. And you notice sort of as you're looking up, sort of that really unmistakable kind of flapping of leather. As you guys look up, you see a large wyvern kind of flying overhead, circling your guys' wagon. Oh God, this Zoom thing is killing me. I don't know if I like it. So let's go ahead and roll initiative as you guys see
Oh, fuck me.
as you guys see the wyvern kind of turn around and make a circle. It looks like it's gaining speed, coming towards the cart. And then I need to do some quick maths, which is something I'm not good at. All right. Roll for that. Alrighty. So 20 to 25.
21.
21. All right. All right. 15 to 20. All right. 10 to 15.
14.
12.
Okay. 5 to 10.
8. Or 9, sorry, it's plus 3. 9.
6.
Okay. Doc, what's going on with your initiative rolls today, man?
Same that's going on with my life.
I was
All
going
right.
to say that goes on with my path saving throws, apparently.
So we will say
Where
that.
you going, dum-dum? Hey.
Oops.
Stupid dog.
The wyvern is currently about 30 feet up. Let's go ahead and we'll put you guys around the wagon. Oops. Oh no, I've put it on top of Borax. How did I do that before? Okay. All right.
Oh,
There we go. Alrighty. So up first is Nevis.
All right. As right, so switching out weapons is a free action, but that's the only free action that I can take, right?
Essentially, yeah.
Okay, just making sure. All right, I want to switch out. I want to hang my mace from its holstered area, and as a bonus action, then cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay.
So that when I pull out my crossbow, I have to put my shield on my back. I still get my 18 armor class for a short.
Okay.
And then for my main action, I want to cast Guiding Bolt at the Wyvern.
Okay. Shield of Faith is a bonus action to cast?
Yes, it is.
Okay, cool. All right. So Guiding Bolt. Does that require a save on my end, or is that an attack roll on yours?
It's an attack. It's a melee attack, basically.
Okay.
So that is a 17 to hit.
That will hit. What's the range on Guiding Bolt, just to double check?
120 feet.
Oh, perfect.
That is 16. It looks like it's radiant damage.
Okay.
Yes, 16 radiant damage.
Oh, jeez. Why did that just happen? All right. And it has an aura around it now. So the next attack on it has advantage. The Wyvern is going to, it's turn now. It's going to come down. So that's going to be 10, basically 40 feet of its movement. It's going to make an attack on Nevis.
So hold up, it's on the ground right now.
It's basically like attacking Nevis from like shoulder height for him.
Okay, so
it's probably about
like,
five-ish feet off the ground.
Cool, thank you.
Yep. So it's going to make a what does it use? It's going to make an attack with its claws and an attack with its stinger. Let's see. So the claws, that's going to be an adjusted 20 to hit, and the stinger is a natural 20 to hit. I swear I don't do these things on purpose. Okay. All right. So the claw. Okay. Rolled a pair of 2s there. So that's going to be 6 slashing damage. And then for the stinger, that's going to be 15 piercing damage. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Oh, wow. It was a 13, but it ended up being a 1 for a total of 4.
Okay. So you're going to take an additional 24 poison damage.
-1.
Wait, that took you from full health to knocked out?
Yep.
Oh. Okay. Okay. So Nevis gets knocked unconscious by the Wyvern, and the DM realizes that perhaps there's some balancing issues he needs to sort out. And the Wyvern is going to fly up a little bit higher. It's going to be about 15 feet up in the air. Right there. And it's going to be Vershad's turn.
All right. I'm going to start by conjure animals. And
okay.
This time I'm going to pick Giant Eagle, which offers me 2 CR1 Giant. I'm going to place them in between Nevis and the Wyvern.
Okay.
and the order I'll give them is protect the party. So its initiative becomes, so it rolled an 18 and has a +3 initiative, so it has 21 on the. I'm not able to give it anything other than commands. You have to decide what it wants to do, and then I'll roll.
Where did you conjure them at? I gave you control just so you can put them where you conjure them.
So just because Nevis is the most dire threat, I'll put them there, and each one is about 10.
10 feet up? Okay.
Mhm.
All right. And what was the order for them again? Protect the party at all costs?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Anything else with your turn?
Let's see here. I'm going to circle around 5 and just be ready to have to drop some healing to Nevis.
Okay. All right. Borax, you're up.
Do I have to stabilize Nevis before I can cast Cure Wounds on him?
No.
All right, then I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at the 3rd level.
Okay, so you're gonna step
Give him
forward.
3d8 plus 3. Yeah, step up and
Okay.
Give him some smelling salts.
Okay.
That is 8 plus 6 plus 3, so 17 plus 3, 20. He gets 20 back.
Okay. All right, Nevis, you are conscious with 20 hit points.
19.
The negative doesn't carry over.
Oh, okay.
Basically the way it works when you get knocked out is negatives really don't matter unless an attack would do enough damage to put you at a negative equal to your maximum health, at which point you automatically die. But that isn't going to happen from something like the Wyvern. Okay, so with that, Borax, if there's anything else you want to do with your movement or a potential bonus action?
Let's see, nothing. No, I'm good hiding behind Nevis right now.
Okay. All right, Xanalor, you're up.
Stay right there, an Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Both beams. 26 to hit.
Yep.
For 8 force damage, and 19 to hit.
Yep.
For 12.
Okay. Alrighty. Stock, you're up.
Alrighty. I don't know what's going on anymore. Oh, it's in range. How high up is it?
It's about 15 feet up in the air, so actually technically in range for your glaive.
Yep. Let's do some stabbing. The first one is a number that has math related to it. Total of 20.
20 will hit.
Okay, and that is that one, which bounced out of my box, so 13 slashing damage.
Okay.
So let's do an extra attack. That only ends up being a 12.
12 will just barely bounce off of its scaly hide.
Alright, and then we'll... would I have to take a step forward to smack him with the back end?
I would say yes.
Okay, then. Go right there so I can smack him with the back end.
Okay.
Natural 20.
That'll hit.
So total of 27. I roll a pointy boy, which bounces out of my box again. Welcome to the world of nope. God damn it, I did it again. Alright, so that is 12 bludgeoning damage. I rolled a 4.
Okay. All right. At the end of Stock's turn, what's the dexterity bonus on the giant eagles?
+3.
+3. Okay. So the giant eagles will go first. They're going to the giant eagles are going to, they're both going to fly up to 15 feet to the wyvern. One is going to move around the back. So go ahead and roll attacks. They're going to try to attract the attention of the
So
wyvern.
both
Those
of
will
them
be with advantage.
Yeah, both of them can make 2 attacks.
Okay.
One with its beak, one with its talent.
Okay.
So I'm going to, for each eagle, the first one will be the beak attack, and the second will be the talent. Okay. So the first one here is a 18 plus 5, 23.
That'll hit.
And that will do 6 piercing damage.
Okay.
The talent attack is a 21.
Okay, that'll hit.
10 slashing damage.
Okay.
Now for the second one, beak. 19 plus 5, 24. Rolling really well with these.
Yeah.
For another 6 piercing damage.
Okay.
And now for the last. This one probably won't do it. That is a 13.
13 just barely hits, actually.
Okay, 10 slashing damage.
Okay. All right. What is the move speed on the giant eagle?
They have a fly speed of 80 feet, ground movement of 10 feet.
Okay. And then this one is going to try to, it's going to move back another 15 feet to attempt to draw the wyvern towards it.
Okay.
All right. So with that, Nevis, it is your turn. You got trumped by the owls because of their initiative bonus. You guys same initiative.
Okay.
But yeah, it's your turn.
Yeah. So seeing as he did that much damage to me, I'm gonna try and return the favor.
Okay.
By casting Guiding Bolt once again, but this time at the 3rd level.
Okay.
That is a 19 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
And that's 66s. That's only 16 radiant damage.
Okay.
All those 6s, and that's all I get.
That happens sometimes. Take it from a rogue. It's very unfulfilling. Okay. Anything else?
No, I don't think anything else I have is going to be as effective as I would like it to be. So,
okay.
That'll be it for me.
Okay. All right. It is the wyvern's turn. It's going to make a bite attack at the owl directly adjacent to it. That's going to be a... Okay, I'm not going to use that dice anymore. It's a natural 20.
Hits.
And it's 7 piercing damage.
All right. He is down to 19.
Okay. And then it's going to fly actually towards that the other owl.
Giant eagle.
Yeah, giant eagle.
Just looks like an owl.
Yeah.
This is Lord of the Rings.
And it's going to try to hit it with its stinger. So that's going to be, oh my God. All right. Switching dice the next time also. That's going to be a 26 to hit.
Oh, hits.
Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw for the eagle.
15.
15, okay. It succeeds, so it takes 12 points of damage. In addition to 12 piercing damage.
It is down to 2 hit points.
Okay. But that's the end of the turn of the wyvern. Stock, it's still in your range technically, so it has not provoked an attack of opportunity.
Yep.
Even with it being 15 feet up in the air?
Pythagorean's theorem does not exist.
Yeah, because we can't really measure like hypotenuses on a two-dimensional thing.
Okay.
So yeah, basically it's inside Stock's blue square. So it's...
I understand your rationale. I was just trying to see if I can get...
Yeah, I feel you. All right. With that, it's actually Vendi. It's your turn again.
Okay. I'm holding concentration on the...
Okay.
The new order I'm going to give it is... convince the wyvern to flee.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to stagger our position a bit. And I think I'll be good because I think double check. Because I think an order is either an action or a bonus action.
Borax, you're on deck.
Yep.
Oh, no action required by me. Cool. Yeah, I'm just going to hold on to that. Yeah, that's it. That's my turn.
Okay. All right. So Borax, you're up. Xanilor, you're on deck.
All right. Both knowing that, Neves is like the beast of the party and he's going to do a lot more damage than me. And also knowing that I just almost died for the third time in the last battle we had, I'm going to use my last level 3 spell slot to cast Cure Wounds on Neves again.
Okay.
That's much better. That's 18 plus 3 is 21.
21. Okay.
So not much better.
Thanks again.
Yep, and I will use my movement to kind of hide behind the cart.
Okay. All right.
Go get them, buddy.
Xanilor, you're up. Stock, you're on deck.
Blasting.
So anyway, I started blasting.
Oh my god, this was wild. I rolled a 10 to hit.
Okay. That'll miss.
And then a 9 to hit.
Okay.
Which is a natural
one. So the first bolt you see it like kind of like deflect off, it hit the wyvern at a weird angle, causing the wyvern to like turn like a bit, like it does like a quick like maneuver as the other bolt like shoots through like between its wings. So unless there's any movement you want to do, we'll move on to Stock.
I think I'll just come out here a little bit.
Okay.
To there.
All right. Stock, you are up. You're muted, Stock.
First attack, because it's in range, technically, is a 21 to hit.
I'll hit.
And that is 9 slashing damage.
Okay.
Second attack, the glaive is the same thing to hit, 21. Same damage of a 9.
What was 9? Okay.
And I'll take a step forward to put it in range of the back end. And this seems like it's going to be an interesting fight. So that is only a 12. So that misses.
Yes.
I will burn a whatchamajigget action surge.
Okay.
To take 1 additional action, which is the attack action, which nets me.
You're attacking extra attack, yes.
Yep. That first one's not going to hit with a total of 10.
Okay.
Second one's not going to hit with a total of 9. And bonus action will hit with a 26.
Okay.
And that is going to be 8 bludgeoning damage.
All right. You guys see a Stock comes out there like he's a member of the color guard. Just like slice, slice, spin, miss, slice, slice, but they both miss, and then cracks it in the butt, like catches it in the talon with the butt end of the stick. It looks like he's like trying to like shut up some fucking noisy upstairs neighbors. Just like, damn you kids. with that, the owls are up again. This one is going to fly. 25. That one's going to go there. Let's go ahead and the first owl attack will have advantage. Oh, actually, no, sorry. That wore off with the... I keep forgetting to tell Stock about the advantage on his first attack. Actually, no, that would have gone to Xanalar. Right? Yeah. Xanalar, why don't you re-roll one of your...
okay. 18 to hit.
Okay.
14 force damage.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. All right. So, Jay, go ahead and roll those owl attacks for me.
Okay, starting off with the beak again. Let's go. That is a 13 to hit. 8 plus 5. All right, 6 piercing.
Okay.
Talons. 9 plus 5, 14.
Yep.
10 slashing. Third attack.
Actually, so just the first one for now. So the first owl comes up, makes the attacks on the wyvern, and continues flying off in this direction. So that's fine. Mm-hmm. And it's going to continue. It's 80 feet, right?
Okay.
This owl, go ahead. This owl is actually going to take it's going to like kind of take an evasive maneuver, because it is so low on health, but it's executing the order. So it's going to use its action to disengage,
mm-hmm.
And then it's going to fly its 80 feet away.
Well, darn, because I rolled a natural 20 on that attack.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. It followed the order.
Yeah. All right, Nevis, you are up. You've seen these owls gouging and scratching, like at the face of the eagles, gouging and scratching, and scraping at the face of the wyvern. The wyvern looks pretty haggard, and it appears its eyes are following the owls, from what you can tell from the ground.
All right. I'm still going to continue attacking it with Guiding Bolt.
Okay.
Once again, at the 3rd level.
Mm-hmm.
Does a 14 hit?
A 14 will hit.
Excellent. $21 radiant damage.
Okay. So you guys watch the eagles, scratching at the head of the wyvern, and they both just take off. And the wyvern is like, it snaps its head to follow them, just as Nevis fires off another guiding bolt. It catches the wyvern, and you see the wyvern just kind of like stop flapping and start like falling in a slow rotation. It winds up crashing down right about there, but it lands on a hill, so it actually winds up rolling like another like 20-30 feet down the hill, just off the side of the path that you guys were on. And that ends that encounter. With that, we're going to go ahead and take a 10-minute break for refilling drinks and going to the bathroom and whatnot.
Cool.
All right.
Jay, I did like the Vershad will remember that.
Mm-hmm. I figured building on what we talked about last week.
Yeah.
And also how long it's been since I played a Telltale.
Also, same, yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. See you guys in a minute.
All quiet on the western front.
Yeah, the eastern one too.
Means we're doing something right. What do you want, fat dog? Fat doggo? You're a good girl. Rawr. Ay. So I am partially tempted to pre-order the Guide to Wildmount. Seems like there will be enough interesting things in there to warrant it.
Yeah. If it's anything like the world guide for yeah, there's a good amount of stuff.
Yeah.
And then enough like campaign hooks.
Well, seeing as I bought the source book bundle on D&D Beyond, I always get a 10% discount.
Neat. Man, those eagles actually came through in the clutch. If I remember correctly, it did 16, 32, and then 48 damage on that wyvern.
Yeah, thank God Corey turned on the difficulty setting on that.
Yeah, that was... As soon as Nevis went down, one round, I was like, oh, fuck, there's no fucking around with this.
He seems to forget we got our asses handed to us by a pack of wolves before.
Those were special wolves.
Yeah, he seems to forget we got our asses handed to
I mean, it happens to us pretty regularly, but I like that.
Almost weekly.
It does feel like it's almost weekly, doesn't it? It's as close as we can get right now.
Yeah, this is the most characters have dropped since the Green Dragon fight.
Has anyone not been down more than once?
I don't think I have.
I've been down more than once, but I don't know what version of the question you're asking.
I think I've been down 3 times. Yeah.
I've been down once.
I've been down a good few times.
It's possibly 4, but at least 3.
It was kind of Xanilor's thing for a while, to be honest. So, Xanilor's down again.
Yep. And then I start standing further away.
Yeah. And now he'll never sleep.
Yeah, I'll have to revisit kind of the way I design battles right now, because you guys have kind of reached a plateau where you guys can do a lot of damage, but you still can't take a lot.
I'm also okay with, like, I'm not saying kill my character, but I'm also okay with dying.
Yeah, me too.
Right. Yeah.
Like if we deserve it, don't hold back.
No.
But I mean, it was like the first attack.
Right.
Somebody's down. Like, what are you gonna do?
There's a middle ground somewhere.
Yeah. Maybe just don't have banshees, or make it a friendly ghost.
More banshees. You get a banshee. You get a banshee.
I think we were always going to be fine in that fight unless we all failed that.
Well, it also came down to if you're within 10 feet of me, you were deafened as well. It became just a lot to keep track of. So the only one that I think Stock shouldn't have taken the psychic damage to begin with. And I think that was the only one that mattered, but it just...
I mean, at the time, Stock hadn't woken up yet.
Yep.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. He couldn't hear.
He was outside 10 feet from around you anyway. He was back over here.
Yeah, I was back on the lower portion.
Yeah.
Then never mind.
I think Nevis, Stock, and Xanilor were outside of it for Stock and Xanilor for sure.
Well, I walked away from Borax in order to cast it. Go. what if the fire's the only reason why we can see this, and I just...
Well, the other thing too is you said anything torchlight size or smaller, and I think a campfire, in my mind at least, is slightly larger than a torchlight.
Yeah. I just wanted to be sure.
Yeah. All right. Is everyone present and accounted for?
Yeah, because that's what I'd say is, I as a player knows that. Vendy might have some questions as how strong it is.
I am present. Accounted for is a different story.
All right. Well, the only one I can't see right now is Nevis, as far as cameras go. So I just wanted to make sure that he was around. I did hear from him, and I can see or hear everyone else. Yeah. That said, you welcome back from the break, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
You guys just finished defeating a wyvern with some difficulty and some wily bird tactics.
Bird lost saves the day again.
I see Nevis.
Wily coyote.
So, you guys want to take a 20, then hit back on the road to Glimmermore?
No, it's welcome if you got them.
So you guys want to take a short rest before hitting the road?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably be best.
Sure. All right, yeah, so you guys can go ahead and take a short rest, roll any hit dice you may want to, recover any features you may regain in a short rest. If anyone wants to spend any time doing anything of any import, you guys may, including but not limited to getting to know the horse on the wagon. I only say that just because there are 2 druids, if you guys don't.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to get to know
Borax is very much, his relationship with animals has changed a bit after the pineapple incident. And
yeah, I'd like to go to the horse. I'm just like, hey, just let you know, 2 of us can talk to you, and 2 of us can understand you. If the other one offers you pineapple, act like it's the greatest gift you've ever got.
The horse kind of it looks at you and it gives it like a, and you take that to mean affirmation.
Bless you.
Affirmation. So it didn't say nay?
It did not say nay. Okay.
We're going to set a record for animal puns.
We're working on it.
This episode, sure. This episode of NASA 5e is the one with all the...
All right. So you guys make it to about there, right? Yeah, about there. You guys make it to about there on your trip. You guys are as you come down through the crags, the Lurkwood, the large forest that you could see from your previous camp up in the crags, kind of dominates the western side of the road. Eastern side of the road. Yeah.
The left.
Let's pretend I'm not dumb. On the eastern side of the road.
Is that port or starboard?
That's a great question. I don't know. Mike?
Port left, starboard right.
Yeah.
Well, no, because we're not in a boat.
Port and starboard still hold true on land if you're a sailor.
It's wagon port.
Easy way to remember it. Port and left both have 4 letters.
And nope.
But right also has like 5 letters, right?
It's an odd number.
R-I-G-H-G.
Is aft the back?
Yes. Aft or
stern.
stern.
Star, say an R. That's how I got it.
Yeah, so you guys,
I thought.
you guys, the trail kind of winds around the edge of the Lurkwood. You can see where the Lurkwood starts to curve off back towards the east. You're kind of getting around it, and you see also in front of you the countryside sort of open up near. You can see where Longsaddle is. Like you can't see it, but you know that Longsaddle is over there. And it comes time to make camp. The it's pretty clear. Doesn't look like there's any storms coming or anything like that. It's definitely warming up a little bit as you move south again, especially compared to Luskin. Luskin was probably around the coldest you guys have been in Mirabar. It was quite brisk, but coming back down the other side of the crags, it's returning to sort of the temperate climates that you guys know. So let's go ahead, apart from Xanalor, who is taking what watch this evening?
First.
All right.
Second, of course.
Okay. Stock taking your traditional third.
Yep, customary third.
Customary third watch. All right. So
I'll take fourth then.
Borax is taking fourth watch, and I don't know why I said his name first. Farshad and Xanalor, guys, go ahead and make your perception checks for the first watch after supper and winding down for the evening.
20.
Okay. Uvinder, you're actually, can you just really quick say your first name for me once?
Uvender.
Okay. Uvender. It's been a while since we heard you say your name. And so I had forgotten how to pronounce it. Uvender, you are kind of like, you're caught up thinking about the Eagles and how close or far from your intention their sort of interpretation of your commands went, and you're also kind of like thinking about eagles and like how they do things and like how birds kind of defend their young and how their their tactics and things like that, and trying to find out how you can kind of marry those two concepts in your commands to help you out. Not that anything went wrong with that, but it's just kind of what you're stuck thinking about.
Yeah. I'll be able to see the battle better if I had a giant that can lift me up into the sky, and I can be like the eagles. The mighty kites.
Xanalor, you notice that Uvender seems pretty distracted this evening, but your ears are pretty tuned. You're kind of on edge a little bit, having seen Nevis be felled seemingly so easily by the wyvern. But you also know that he's made of pretty sturdy stuff, so that was some shit, bro. So yeah, you're pretty focused, a little on edge and vigilant. But yeah, your guys' watch goes by without any real incident. And then that brings us to Xanalor and Nevis.
Two.
30-20.
Did you say 2, Xanalor?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Strike what I said before. Now that Nevis is back up and moving, you feel maybe too safe.
Did he hear me say mighty kites to myself, and that's what he daydreams of? Or night awakening?
Weirdly, that ties into something that will be revealed eventually.
But yeah, so you kind of get lost in your thought, especially seeing Nevis being Nevis seems like he's pretty on top of it this evening. So you kind of relax a little bit, having noticed that Uvender was a little distracted. And you don't, before you realize it, Nevis has gone back to bed and Stock is waking up. But Nevis, during your watch, you don't really see too much going on. You're the wyvern, the sort of the pierce and sensation of its venom coursing through your body. It's a feeling that you'll probably not soon forget. And kind of for the evening, while you're keeping watch, you find yourself being snapped like sort of back to full attention and like taking in your surroundings again. Every time you kind of play it over in your head and you kind of hear that like that the sound like when it pierced your chain and stabbed you. But with that, your watch does come to a close, and as I said, Xanalor is surprised to see Stock getting up already, even though it has been 4 hours. So Stock and Xanalor, go ahead and make your perception checks.
I quite critically failed.
Okay.
10.
Okay. You guys, you hear sort of a creature cry in the evening, and you, well, actually, Stock, you wind up not hearing it. You're kind of contemplating. This is kind of the first time you've had to deal with a combatant that was not on the same plane as you. You know, you fought something that was flying up above you, like you were just barely able to reach it, and in some instances, you had a very hard time making meaningful connections with the monster when it was up above the ground. So you're kind of in your mind replaying the battle and trying to figure out devised methods of which to fight creatures that are not on the ground. Just in case it's something you come across again later. Xanalor, you actually hear this cry and you look back towards the north and you see kind of framed in the moonlight. You're not sure if it's a wyvern or some other flying creature, but like way off in the distance, like miles, you see like a silhouette of a creature like flying through the air. Not towards the camp or anything like that, but you do notice it.
Okay.
And we're going to call the crags Bat Country. No, I'm just kidding. So, I mean, with that, your guys' watch goes by peacefully, not necessarily uneventfully, because you did see that thing, but peacefully. And unless there's anything you guys want to do or say, we'll move on to Borax and Xanalor.
Is this area known for wyverns?
Stock, remind me again, you can do it in a whisper if you want, what area we had kind of talked about you were from.
Okay. I'll just shoot it through Discord.
Okay. All right. Is that on this map? It's not on this map, is it?
Yes,
it is.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead. Make a history check for me.
Oh, what does that total out to be? 11.
11. You're not sure about the crags in particular. However, in your experience, the mountainous regions do tend to be home to larger sort of flying creatures, as they're able to make their homes in places where they're not likely to be stumbled upon, and they can use their their ability to fly decent distances to hunt like sort of any manner of thing that they might need to.
On occasion, they're known to be up here.
Because there was another, and I'd rather not run into those again.
Poke it with a stick.
I suppose so.
See, problem solved. Nothing that can't be solved with the proper application of violence.
Rashad rolls over.
I write that down.
All right. So Stock, your watch comes to a close, so you lay back down after kind of nudging Borax. Borax, you wake up and go ahead and make your perception check. Xanalor, you as well, but with disadvantage actually, because you're distracted by something showing up in your journal.
I have 17.
5.
Sorry, what were the totals again? I was typing.
17 and
Okay.
5.
All right. You're actually you're doing a pretty good job on these watches, boy. Actually, kind of pat yourself on the back a little bit. You're like, man, this guy doesn't sleep, but I wake up and I'm laser focused. Yeah, you kind of also during your watch, sort of as dusk is just starting to break, like the skies, turning from black to those sort of like deepish purples and those sorts of things before the sun actually does really begin breaking the horizon. You do catch another one of those silhouettes of some sort of flying creature, pretty big, bigger than you at least, back to the north in the crags.
Far enough away that I'm not too concerned about it.
Oh yeah, it's so far. Like the cry that you heard. I mean, honestly, it's like it was almost nothing. You caught like a little bit like, and you could tell that like the sound that you heard probably was louder, miles closer.
I understand how sound works.
Other
it's
than
like
that,
a picture. It's actually the items are usually bigger in real life, and the people are usually older now.
That's actually, oh wow, that's deep.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Sorry,
the rest of your
I'm
watch
derailing the game again.
goes by without incident. What do you mean derailing the game again? I can't think of the time you derailed it today.
I'm gonna continue my chat with Xanalor, our nightly chats.
Yeah.
And say, okay. Now let's say theoretically I can wrap my head around not wanting to sleep. You never seem to be exhausted. Was there like a potion involved, a witch? You just didn't go to sleep one night and you're like, hey, I can just keep not doing this ever.
I was told relief might be coming from my need to sleep. The way I've been told of other things I've been able to learn to do.
Again, I'm not a psychiatrist, but told by who? Where are you hearing these voices?
I've been written correspondence with a higher power.
No, I've seen a god myself.
Yes?
Yeah.
I've never seen one, only seen what it writes.
Well, I've never seen one either. I've only seen a glowing unicorn.
A glowing unicorn.
But my sources tell me it was a god.
I suppose it would have to be.
I'm just saying, I'm cool too. I don't know. I can't tell.
Where did you see this glowing unicorn?
One night, you remember my donkey who liked pineapple?
Of course.
Back before he turned out to be a bitch and only liking me for the pineapple. He pointed out to me this glowing thing by the edge of the forest. So I went into it and it was like this unicorn. Dove into this river and a magical flower popped out.
Are you still wearing that flower, Borax?
Yes, I'll pull it out of my chest. Like, here. And then I look and I'm pretty confident it's not disintegrated, but then I don't really look, so I have to like double check.
It still looks the same as it did the night you found it.
And it
it
just stays preserved this way.
I guess. I don't know. I took it to the priest. They said it's a symbol of Myaliki. I've always been a somewhat follower of her, more of a just a general belief in the spirit of her. But I don't know. Seems like we've been both chosen by higher powers.
Interesting.
So yeah, God brothers. Wait, scratch that. Soul men.
Just keep trying.
Okay. I'll get back to you. We'll continue this talk tomorrow night. 5 good names by then.
5 good names.
10 bad ones.
Only 10?
Well, they're all going to be bad.
Yeah, so as you guys have your conversation again, you find yourself pleasantly surprised as the sun comes up and the party begins to stir.
Can I do a separate thing?
Yeah.
Like as in character?
Yeah.
Do I have any belief to think that Xanalor might be like a sorcerer of some sort? Like, am I getting like any sort of like weird vibes from him that he's got like, I don't know.
Make
Speaking out of game for a second, are you asking if Xanalor has
Has what?
Yeah, that Xanalor just has magical powers? Or...
Yeah, I get so. I guess to kind of clarify the nature of your question a little bit. Like, are you trying to figure out like kind of how his powers work, or?
No, I like if he's. I want to feel like if I feel like he's got like, I don't know, kind of like an aura, like he's like a vessel for some sort of god, you know.
Oh, okay.
Things like corresponding with it. Like I want to feel, you know, I don't know.
Sure.
If it's even something that I can detect, but I just kind of want to think about what he told me and kind of like.
Tell you what, why don't you make a religion check for me?
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a 6.
A 6? Okay.
So.
So from what you can tell, based off
I only know about my Aliki.
Right. Based on, I mean, you've been doing a lot of research. Like you know, there's other gods. You're not great at recognizing their icon. Their iconography. Is it?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Got it in 3.
I mean, it was the only full word I said, so it's technically. So you're not good at recognizing their iconography at this point, but like, so like thinking to people that like for a fact follow a deity. There's you, there's Ovate Brendan, and there's Nevis. You don't get the same sense from Xanalor, but you also don't get the same sense from Stock or Vershad, and you're not sure if like they follow deities or not. So your radar might still need some tuning.
Okay.
You're not sure yet if he's God touched. You feel like he's not.
Mostly I take out of this that I'm slightly less special than I thought.
Because you know more people who aren't God touched than are?
No, because he also talked to a god apparently, and
oh,
kind of thought I was the only one. Thought I was special.
You talk verbally. I don't get to hear its voice.
Oh no, I never talked to it. I kind of just chased the horse and it ran away from me.
Oh.
But it turned into this flower and it let me pick it. Take that for what you will.
Hey, for the record, I'm not a psychologist, but I'm pretty sure that's an act.
All right, so yeah, you guys, the party starts waking up. You guys kind of come in on the tail end of this conversation. Borax kind of speaking a little bit about his interactions with the gods. Whether you guys believe that that's what it was or not, that's up to. He seems pretty sure that that's what happened. But yeah, so you guys wake up. You kind of get breakfast going. Get the horse anchored, hooked back up to the wagon. Get your stuff picked up and hop in the wagon and head towards. You're probably making a turn towards the sun at some point today, or towards the east at the very least.
That was something I was going to bring up to the group, was instead of completely negating the lengths that we made with the cruise to Luskin, and also seeing that there aren't really any roads or trade routes of any remark, and we have been to Nesme and Dezut before, are we just going to, I believe what we did before was kind of skirt the Lurkwood?
Yeah,
yeah, that sounds familiar.
Go that way, and because we are headed to where? Glimmermore,
you guys went
right?
that way before. And based on your knowledge of the Evermoors, you believe that your path would be along the river, similar to that.
Let's do
Okay.
it.
Yeah, that looks good.
And that's just kind of following the natural land features here, the sort of the mountainous foothills there, and not venturing into Lurkwood, just kind of sticking to. So, like you said, it's not a trade route, so it's not as well worn. However, you do know that
It's a common shortcut.
it's a well used shortcut, if that makes sense, right? Like it's off the beaten path this direction, but it's not like it's really completely covered in brambles. You're not having to like navigate the horse around trees and shit. It's like there's a path. It's just not as well traveled or well worn as the tradeway or the long road. But yeah, so you guys are fine with that, right? I wasn't sure if there was going to be another.
Anyone oppose?
I'd like to take the shortest route. So.
Well, the shortest route without dying in a bog is probably that way.
I don't mind that.
Before we set off for the road, I would like to look for a collection of 12 to 18
so both of you can get out.
possible sticks.
You're looking for 12 to 18 what sticks?
Kite possible sticks.
Oh, okay. I think, along the way, you guys see Vershad over the course of the day, kind of around the Lurkwood, there's like fallen trees and things like that. You see Vershad kind of picking up what look like some fairly sturdy sticks. They've got a little bit of flex to them, of some varying lengths. And yeah, you do wind up finding 12, we'll say 16 suitable kite sticks.
Wonderful. I'm going to put that in my equipment now.
That's fine. I figured you would.
This is my third custom item.
So as you guys kind of go, there's you guys see during your travel today, you guys actually see standing in the road a little ways ahead. He doesn't. This figure doesn't appear to be doing anything other than just standing in the road. Let me try to. Oh wait, that's right. It was here. As you guys get closer, you see that it is. It's actually a troll. A troll is just standing on the road. As you guys approach, go ahead and make insight checks for me, or no, perception checks.
Yeah.
Perception or insight. I'll allow either.
I think I'm equally nothing at both. Nope.
Wait, what was
I'm good
the
at
second one? Besides
perception
insight?
or insight.
Okay.
17 on insight.
Okay.
14 on either.
Okay.
You gotta pay the troll toll.
As the wagon gets closer to the troll, most of you notice it doesn't appear to be readying itself for combat or anything like that. It's really just standing there. Its club is like laying off to the side of the road. It's just standing there waiting for you to come. As you guys get closer, it is like it's making what appears to be an approximation of like a wave, like it's like kind of like waving you down, and it's saying something that sounds similar to hello.
Hail and well met.
No, I'm gonna let it go. I'm just watching.
Anyone else
Okay.
Does he
notice the dead
respond to
wyvern there?
Bendy?
Oh, sorry, I need to move that. Thank you.
There's just a lot of wyverns around here.
There's dead wyverns everywhere.
Did you do this? Did you fucking do this?
Yeah, no, you guys don't see There's like no corpses piled up. There's no like broken wagons, dead horses, like any of that stuff. Like it's just like a troll on the road waving you guys down.
Hail and well met.
I just want to make sure you guys are continuing on the road towards the troll, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So as you guys get up
am.
to the troll, he kind of keeps waving for like a weird amount of time. Like you guys like, it's like been a couple seconds since you stopped, and then he stops waving.
I want to look to the sides.
To the sides of the troll?
Like our sides as we're approaching.
Oh,
Our
okay,
flank.
okay. Like
That's right.
watching for like traps or ambushes?
Like he's trying to draw us to him maybe, and we're
Yeah.
gonna
I'm getting
pinch.
circled around. Yeah.
All right. So go ahead and
So go
have
pee.
you make a perception check, and
So
yeah.
go pee.
And Borax, you said you were doing the same.
No,
Okay.
I rolled
I
a
don't
20.
think I did. I said I was just walking towards the troll.
Okay. All right.
I see the good in things.
So as you guys get up to the troll, he says, Menzies, stop. He says, Menzies, go big go. Menzies, go more far go than trollololo. Give trollolo shiny for go.
I knew it. We had to pay the troll.
We menses too, so why do we have to pay for the other guys when we're guys?
You see him like scratching his head. Says, you Menzies, me trollololo. Menzies give trollolo shiny for go.
I want to take out my mirror.
Okay.
And like slowly hand that to him, and I let it kind of shimmer in the light.
He as slowly as you like put it out, he like slowly extends his ginormous hands towards it.
What you see here is something about is that we don't participate in a gold-based economy. We're from Mirabar, and everything here is trade and barter. So, is there anything that you can offer us so that you can pass along?
He points at his club. He says, Menzies give troll a little shiny, troll no smash go.
So with being up here by Uvender, I'm just gonna lift my helmet enough where he can see what he needs to see and go, not Menzies.
No trollolo.
But not Menzies.
Point at Neves and say, if you don't let us pass, so we smash-o.
He points back at like at the mirror that Xanilor is holding. Shiny for trollolo, for Menzies go.
Is this enough?
Trollolo look.
I don't know, man. Don't give it to him. That's a lot.
We can't possibly give him that. Our troll money is the only way that we're gonna get home today.
You're right. I should give him something more valuable, and I'm gonna take out a copper.
He
Really? That's our last one.
He drives a hard bargain.
We're not gonna be able to eat tonight.
Xanilor, make a deception check with advantage.
Nice. Thank God for advantage. 19 total.
Okay.
I forgot that Scott made a character that's supposed to be good at talking.
He's good at talking when he needs to.
Okay, you're not taking over his social skills.
That's the problem.
Okay. Yeah. No. So he hears you guys talking as he's fixated on the mirror, and he like kind of keeps side eyeing the copper, and he hears you guys talking, and he reaches out. Xanilor, you kind of like you take 1 point of damage as he like kind of crushes your hand a little bit while he takes the copper.
Okay.
It is fairly gentle for something as big as he is, taking something as small as a copper is from you, but it does hurt. He says, Troll will take Menzies go. He is he's like holding it, like it's very small in his hands. He's like holding it, looking at it, and like kind of like chuckling to himself as he like kind of starts to step to the side of the road.
Well, Xanalor, I hope it was worth it.
Oh,
It better be.
we're gonna go hungry for days now.
Jololo no give back.
Neves, you want to kill him anyway?
No,
Right by
actually,
his
I don't.
club, I can set it on fire.
He said no. Holy cow.
So some people are just too stupid to kill.
So yeah, he
Thank
moves
you.
off to the side of the road, and the road is open for you guys to pass him.
I just try to look real dejected as we pass.
Yeah, based off of your prior deception and his perception of that deception, you sell it. So yeah,
It's
you
great.
guys.
If I could have gotten him on the duck season rabbit season.
You guys.
He mentioned that there's other men up ahead, so I kind of just want to be kind of more vigilant than I normally would be.
Okay.
Keep an eye out for them.
Yeah. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Maybe I'm not more vigilant. 9.
Okay. I mean, you're trying. You're essentially you're definitely attempting to be more vigilant. Certainly like a failure on a perception check doesn't necessarily mean you aren't vigilant. You're just not good at it right now.
Right.
You're looking at all the wrong things. We'll say that.
You're sounding a lot like my mom. Just other people are better doesn't mean you're not good.
But yeah, so you guys, you mount back up on the wagon, get the horse moving. The horse seemed a bit uncomfortable near the troll, but that wanes pretty quickly as you guys pass the troll. As far as you guys see,
well played, Xanalor, by the way. Smooth move. Smart thinking with the shiny. I was gonna kill him.
So as you guys continue, Borax, go ahead and make an investigation check for me, since you're kind of like
that's better.
Self-appointed looking for these other men.
17.
Okay. You don't see signs of very recent travel. There has been travel more recent than the last time you came through here with the party, which was on your way back from Dazut to Neverwinter, having recovered brew. But not necessarily anything that would indicate to you like a band of people having moved through either via horse or on foot.
And the troll was a liar.
All right. So you guys wind up making it to about there for the day. You arrive along that path, and you unhitch the horse, get it kind of set up with some food. You guys get a campfire going, and also you get yourselves fed, and you start settling in for the night. Are we keeping the same watch order from the other night?
I have no reason to go differently.
Okay. All right. In that case, then, Xanalor and Vershad, go ahead and roll perception checks.
Natural 20 going to a 25.
Wow.
6.
Okay.
Another day with a silent watch, by the way.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm very interested now by this Uvender Cold Shoulder. This is it's intriguing.
Is it this uncomfortable during the day too while we're traveling, or?
Less so because probably. Less so visually, at least, because like there's more of you around, right? Yep. But like when it's just Vendi and Xanalor, like it is quiet.
But like between them two, like are you guys like? Can we tell that you guys are like cold shouldering each other? Is it just a one-way thing?
You can tell Xanalor is not cold shoulder.
I'm
Okay.
I'm more. What's the? Like, I know what he wants, and I'm not sure if I can give it to him yet.
Oh. Okay.
It should it comes more. It's Vendy knows that he's gonna get riled up easily, because he sees this as a double standard, and he's just trying to prevent a unnecessary fight.
Okay, so there's something going on between you guys. And that's
Because
but it's a one-way thing.
basically, I had kind of encouraged him to share his story.
Yeah.
Then I'm all shifty when he asks for mine.
It's been 5 days since you left Luskin. Like, this is the end of the 5th day, and you've noticed in the last few days, Borax, that whenever like conversation occurs in the wagon during travel, because I'm assuming like there's like some small banter, just like offhand comments, things like that occur. Typical like road trip kind of stuff. You don't talk the entire time, but you're not silent the entire time either. However, you have noticed that Uvender almost never begins a statement with addressing Xanalor. Like, it's always going to be Nevis, Stock, or Borax.
Like, even when we're having dinner, if Xanalor's holding like the pepper, it'd be, hey, Borax, can you pass me the pepper?
Can someone pass the pepper in that case? Like,
like it came down to like if Borax made dinner, it's like, yeah, like, who made this? This is really good. Xanalor made dinner, it's like, oh, who made dinner? Okay.
Cool. All right. Yeah. So your guys' your watch goes by with tension, but ultimately uneventful. Pretty quiet. You can you're definitely hearing much more now, sort of the sounds of the forest. Uvender, you can with your perception check, you can actually hear that you're you can kind of just sense, like, from the changes in the humidity, some of the ambient wildlife, you can tell you're getting closer to the swamp, to the wetlands. But yeah, ultimately goes by pretty uneventfully. So for second watch, let's go ahead and have Nevis and Xanalor roll your perception checks.
24.
Okay.
9.
All right. So Nevis, you actually watch as a small herd of elk come out of the Lurkwood. They seem somewhat drawn to your campfire. They approach the camp very slowly, maybe not quite as skittishly as some deer, but they're definitely coming towards you. As you see them like kind of come into camp, they don't, that like you watch one of them like gingerly step over Borax, but you watch as they kind of like go near sort of the low light at this point of the campfire. You see one of them starts like cleaning one of the bowls that had food in it that was left next to the campfire with its tongue. Another one is like it keeps like nudging Uvender's rucksack, trying to see if trying to get to some sort of food or something that smells inside. Eventually they start to like lay down near the warmth of the fire, and a couple of them you notice like go to sleep. Xanalor, you are shocked as you look up from your journal and there's just like 5 or 6 elk like hanging around the camp.
Who invited them?
And I put my hand out and I just kind of give them the shh. They're fine. Just leave them.
One of the are they still considered bucks? The male elk, they call them that?
Probably.
Whatever.
Yeah,
One of the male ones, you see, as you guys kind of give this exchange, it like picks its head up, and like it doesn't look at you guys, but you see its ear like kind of flip a couple times, and then it just lays its head back down as once you guys finish talking and goes back to sleep. And I mean, that's really the most exciting thing that happens during your watch, Nevis. The elk, they stay, and you you find yourself growing tired towards the end of your watch, so you just lay back down and you kind of give Stock a nudge and fall asleep. Stock, go ahead and roll your perception check. Xanalor, you as well. Stock, you also wake up and see a small herd of elk are just sleeping in your camp.
How do you feel about this, Stock?
I feel about a 7.
10.
See, Borax is kind of like rearranged himself. He's like sleeping. His like head is like on the haunch of one of the elk.
I really hope that thing farts on him. I'm just watching the elk the rest of the night, waiting for that one raunchy fart.
I'm assuming the numbers that you guys said were your perception checks?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Xanalor, you're still just kind of flabbergasted that these elk have come into camp and like just chilled with you guys. Stock, you're watching pretty intently to watch those little tails like flutter to indicate that something's going on back doors. And you do see it on a couple of them, but you haven't been able to make out if it happened on the one that Borax is sleeping on yet. But yeah, as time goes on, the smell of light elk fart has begun to exist. But yeah, so your 2-hour watch comes and goes, and yeah, the only thing exciting is some of the elks farted. But yeah, so it's time for Borax his watch. Stock, is there any particular way you go about waking Borax up?
I'm gonna scare the elk off. Just that one. I'm just gonna like shoo it away so it drops him.
Borax, you wake up as your head like smacks back into the dirt really quick. And you also sense that the side of your head is much colder now because your nice warm fluffy pillow has gotten up and left. And you see, you look around you, and yeah, you see 4 or 5 elk laying down in the camp, and one of them is walking away from you, but kind of like circling back around the camp, looking for another place to lay down near the fire. Go ahead and make your guys' perception checks.
11.
10 again.
All right. Yeah, you guys are just kind of captivated by these elk. It's probably the first time that you've seen just a group of elk come up to a group of people and chill, but it's getting. It wasn't quite the end of summer when you guys began, but it's been a few months since your guys' quest started. So the nights are starting to get a little bit colder. So it kind of makes sense they might seek some warmth if it was readily available and not dangerous to be at. The fact that your horse is here and exists is probably a good sign to them that you're not, dangerous.
We all became Disney princesses.
But I slept through the entire movie.
Borax, is this strange that elk would just do this?
Yeah, finally having a better partner for the night. I'm going to cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm going to ask the elk. So, Myaliki sent you, right?
Let me.
What does this sound like to me? Like.
And then he farts at the end.
Myaliki, because pronouns are the same.
So.
Names never change.
You get
proper nouns.
You get the impression that they're not sure who Myaliki is, right? Like that, like the name, and just like that word doesn't mean anything to them necessarily.
But you're here because I'm special.
They kind of, without saying it directly, like kind of like what you can piece together from what they're saying, like kind of like you understand that their movements are not driven by, but are sort of linked to some sort of like quote unquote like forest mother or forest parent. Because Myleeky's a male, correct?
I've always thought it was a female, but I could be correct.
I think. Yeah. I mean, either way, like you kind of gather that like Myleeky kind of like didn't necessarily send them here, but like their travels are kind of influenced by Myleeky's influence.
Yeah, it's a female.
Okay. Yeah, so like a forest mother.
But yeah. That's right, because I'm going to be their forest daddy.
This is getting weird.
And Borax's endgame has just been revealed.
Now we understand all the religious study.
Oh, so that's what they call it nowadays.
Okay. So yeah, I'll just say to Zano, doesn't seem to be anything special. They just like us. They don't seem rabid. That's a good thing.
Should we be concerned that we're attracting animals?
I'll go to the Elks and say, "You're not going to narc on us, right?"
You get the sense of confusion again. That word doesn't really mean anything to them.
I was going to say, "Nah, they're cool." But seriously though, what's up with you and Vendy? Why can't you open up to him? You're building up walls.
Are you sure you're not a psychologist?
You did say in a Motel 6 last night.
I don't know if you've heard, but I'm kind of like married to a god now.
So things have progressed.
I think so. Had a good dream. And that's where gods visit you, right?
No.
Oh.
Mine just write letters.
Oh. Your god can't do anything better than writing you a letter. You can't like telepath things in your brain.
I wouldn't say can't.
Can't give you a magic flower.
He has not. It has not done such.
Is your god telling you to be a dick to Vendy?
No. I think that's more my own. I'm not sure.
What are you hiding?
Just personal history that shouldn't affect anything.
Holy shit, you have 2 eyes.
What are you talking about?
No, I don't.
Just one. Has anybody else seen my eye actually, other than Vendy?
Other than Vendy, I don't think so. No.
Okay.
Back when I was still acting like a giant idiot days.
No, I've been struggling with whether I should just share and stop keeping things to myself.
Look, I'm not telling you how to do your job, but a god talked to me and I'm telling everybody. That's some cool stuff.
I've told everybody that I'm talking to a deity.
So what aren't you telling us?
Ask Vendy.
Well, obviously he doesn't know, and that's why he's pissed at you. Or does he know? And that's why he's pissed at you. God damn it.
That would be a wrinkle.
I don't know whose side I'm on. Visible confusion.
There's some voice in your back of your head that just goes, "You're on your own side."
Vendi's probably right.
Then why don't you just tell him whatever he's looking for if you know it's right?
You've never known
What?
something to be right and chosen not to do that.
No.
You're better the man than me.
I also think eating bacon is just right. Like my idea of what's right and what's good are not necessarily the same thing. Just the right thing to do. What's the worst that could happen? Is your deity gonna kill us all? Oh God, is your deity gonna kill us?
I've been given no indications of such a thing. I don't think he's terribly interested in you.
Well, that's rude. Other gods are. Tell them I'm a hot commodity.
I should address that. No, when I've mentioned the group in the past, it hasn't cared.
Rude.
But you're saying I'm cool, right?
You're totally cool.
Okay. That's all that matters. Does your deity know Mayaliki? Can I put in a good word?
I'd have to ask.
Please do.
I write it.
I think that exhausts my annoying questions for Xanalor tonight.
Hold on, I think it's responding. Nope.
It says new phone. Who did?
It doesn't know Mayaliki.
No, it answered. It does not know.
Interesting. Wait. That's a fast ass letter. Does it like how is this happening?
I said written correspondence. I didn't say it was mail.
Xanalor, as you kind of like look back at it, you notice that without you having posed another question, something else has popped up.
I'm looking around for messenger pigeons.
I get real like sad faced.
Your god just told us he's killing us all, didn't he?
No.
I'm going to stop poking the bear. Oh God.
And now we've gone full circle in this episode.
I am very scared, and I am going to go back to just petting the elk and pretending nothing happened tonight.
All right. As you continue petting the elk, after the exchange having happened, kind of just before sunrise, sometime during the dawn, the elk all kind of start waking up, and they make their way off, kind of towards the south, towards like those the foothills of the mountains there, and then the sun begins rising further as time passes, and the party begins waking up. And you guys begin your typical morning ritual before hitting the road.
I actually have to be heading out.
Okay.
Oh.
Take care of the baby for the night.
Well, thanks for playing, Aaron.
See you guys. Yes, thank you.
Thanks, Aaron.
See you next weekend, hopefully.
Hopefully.
This morning, because we're closer to Lurkwood, I would like to find some vine or long fronds that I can use to bind sticks together.
Okay. You want to do this before you guys hit the road, or you want to do it like over the course of the day?
Over the course of the day.
Okay.
For the day.
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check again for me.
Okay, once I find out where I put my die. Here they are. $17 plus for investigation.
Yep.
19.
19. Okay. you're able to find a pretty good amount, without making a huge tangled mess of the wagon. You're able to find a decent amount of materials to lash some sticks together.
Nice.
Okay, so you guys set out for the day.
Onward and upward.
Okay, I definitely get what you're saying, Scott.
Yeah.
All right. So, today, you guys set off. Vendi keeps popping out of the cart to grab, various crap out of the woods. You guys are not even sure what the hell he's doing. 2 days straight of Vendi popping out and bringing garbage into the wagon. But you guys make it through the travel day with no hubaloo today. No trolls in the road. No wyverns swooping down and murdering party members. And you guys make it about there before it's time to settle in for the evening. So okay, I guess how do you guys want to do watch tonight? I'm gonna leave fourth watch to Xanalor, kind of like we did before when Aaron wasn't around.
Yeah, I'll do first again.
Why not?
Okay. All right. So Xanalor and Vershad take your super awkward teenage watch.
Let's go again.
18.
15.
Okay. Pretty average night. One thing you do kind of notice is and you realize that you've been kind of noticing this, and you're not sure if there's any correlation, but every once in a while, on the wind, really since you guys set out on your adventure in its entirety, every once in a while on the wind, you can swear, and you're not sure if it's paranoia or what, but that you hear like a tearing sound occasionally when the wind blows. And you do kind of pick up something like that tonight.
Did you hear that?
I grip log.
Okay. You guys continue your watch with renewed vigor and vigilance. But ultimately, at the end of your watch, Vendor, nothing has seemed to make its way towards camp. You haven't heard that sound again. But ultimately, your time on watch does come to an end. And it's time to rouse Nevis.
Nevis, just so you're aware, we may have heard some tearing sounds. You might find something, but I wasn't able to locate.
I'm gonna find whatever direction we heard the tearing sound, maybe like off to that side of the camp. I want to spread out my caltrops.
Okay. I will put those. Take note of that.
Noted.
So Nevis, go ahead and make your perception check for watch.
16.
8.
Okay. So your guys' watch it goes by pretty uneventfully. kind of the same thing I said to you, or that I said to Xanor and Vershad before, Nevis. That since the outset of the adventure, all of you guys, most of the time it's nothing. So you're kind of starting to brush it off as paranoia. It just happens sometimes. It may just be, two sticks rubbing together out in the woods somewhere. But you do feel like maybe you hear something at some point. But again, your watch continues and nothing really makes itself apparent. So with that, let's go ahead and have you rouse Stock.
Yay. Hey, I actually rolled good for a change. Apathy's starting to pay off. That's 24.
24. Okay. Oh yeah, that's what it is. Okay. Yeah, your watch goes by pretty uneventfully. And it's just kind of a pretty relatively quiet night. There's some wind, here and there through the evening, but nothing outside of the ordinary. Kind of smells like potentially a new season is blowing in. Like it may actually be transitioning into full-on fall. We may be getting near harvest season, but ultimately nothing happens during your watch. So you go back to bed, and Xanalor, you're left alone with your thoughts. Go ahead and roll another perception check.
18.
18. Okay. So you hear actually as multiple sounds begin kind of getting closer from the lurkwood, and you kind of stand up and you're able to pinpoint. You're able to pinpoint several sources of noise. It sounds like there may be more than there's not maybe. It sounds like there's definitely more than one creature.
I'm not going to take any chances. I'm just going to wake everybody up.
Okay.
Like just go around and shake everybody.
Okay. All right. So you guys all get shaken awake by Xanalor, and he definitely appears to be doing it for a reason. So as you guys kind of come to, you guys go ahead and roll perception checks for me.
14.
21.
7.
25.
25. All right. Vershad, you hear something coming. You're able to tell that the direction is towards the Lurkwood, but you're not able to make out how many potential sources there are. Mm-hmm. Stock and Nevis, you guys realize that there are more than half a dozen creatures coming towards the camp at a pretty quick rate from the Lurkwood, kind of confirming what Xanalor told you as he was rousing you. And let's have everybody go ahead and roll initiative.
Actually, I'm gonna have to bow out.
Right
Okay.
as we get into death by kidney bean.
How do you guys want to proceed then? Do you guys want to continue with this, or and I can just kind of take out enough enemies to rebalance, or do you guys want to call it for the week?
I'm good with whatever.
I'm torn between call it and modify it just because of all the shit that's going wrong today.
Right.
If one of you guys wants to Jaeger my character, I can give you access to his character sheet.
Honestly, I'm leaning towards call it because after the clusterfuck of earlier, I have been finding it difficult to maintain any amount of status quo.
That's fair.
As much as I hate saying that.
That's fine. I mean, it was almost 3.5 hours anyway, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
My apologies, guys. It's just track 10 a season. My energy levels are quite low.
Nah, it's fine, man. And between clusterfuck and the stress of me starting a new job and still having things I need to do for that before I go to bed. So, today just turned
that's fair.
into a wonderful shitstorm of, hey, let's screw Mike's enjoyment for the week. So.
Oh, well, guys, I'm gonna go